What is going on, guys? I was debating whether if I was gonna go live today. Instead, I was planning on really trying Ni no Kuni, but they hit me with a 500 queue wait time just to get into the server. And I'm like, okay, well, this is a sign. But then again, there's some things that I want to talk with you guys about. And we already got some people in here. We got the question of the day here, guys. The question is, will you quit MFR if they don't make changes? Yeah, I turned the music down. Jimmy Bridges, what's going on, man? Good to see you in here. All right, we got Dialer's Twitlick Tactics. Here, let me jump into the Discord. In case anybody wants to jump in, Dialer, you're more than invited to come in here. Kind of give your 2 cents if you want to, or just stay in the chat. It's up to you. Tash, what's going on, man? CK, what's going on? Hiya. What's up, man? It's been a while. Yeah, man, it has. It's good to see you in here. Mastoras? Mastoras Mars. What's going on, man? He says maybe they bring some old changes to compensate for squad PvP coming, like cheaper transmute or other stuff. Well, there's, you know what I've been seeing? People have been talking about how they've been doing like 10 pulls and stuff like that, and they've been getting some god pulls. And I've been seeing people like talk about, and I'm thinking to myself, did they increase the RNG or something? They should start increasing the RNG. What happens when somebody starts when they increase RNG, people get these crazy pulls. They share them because they want to, show like, look what I just got. That's how they, that's promotion right there. Increase RNG, and I'm pretty sure I want to jump into the training grounds, and I want to see if they increase the drop rates for like the 2-star gear. Well, first you gotta get your daily stuff in, right? I used to love seeing Rocket Raccoon. Now every time I see this greedy little son of a bitch, that's all I think about. It's that damn core booster. What the hell's this? Oh. I forgot. I'm in my free-to-play account. Here, we'll switch that. But while I'm doing this, guys, if you guys haven't heard the news, Godslave quit yesterday. He is quitting making MFR content. Now, we kind of saw that coming. I just didn't think it was actually going to happen. because you know that Godslave is just he has his opinion for Moral Future Revolution, and he just doesn't want to make content for it anymore. He doesn't want to be so negative against it every time he's on. He'd rather play stuff that he wants to play, and I understand that. You know what, we'll jump in. Oh wait, we need to change servers. Alex Page says he quit 4 times already. Did he? Now let's be clear. Let's be clear. He said he quit making content on it, but he's still gonna be playing the game. But he's gonna be just doing auto dailies, and that's it. He's not really gonna be doing as much as he used to do. But he quit making content on it. Because he knows that every time he's going to make content on it, he's just going to be negative about it. So he's just going to give it some time, see what they do. Which I understand. The good thing is that he didn't quit YouTube. That's the thing, though. I was like, okay, we're still going to get those Godslave streams in the mornings. Now, Godslave, when I first started playing the game, Godslave was one of the first that I started watching because he was the only one that was streaming. So I've known Godslave as one of the first content creators for this game that's still going. I believe now it's Wolvathor. Wolvathor is now the only one. I came later. Godslave, Wolvathor, DM, Half Cent. Man, I would love to have Half Cent come back and start making MFR videos. I loved it. They were long, but man, I really enjoyed Half Cent's videos. My Stars Mars says GS Godslave needs a heavy grind game. He has the free time, so it's not surprised. MFR will never be a heavy grinder. It's sad to say, but I can see some truth in that. I would love, as much as I would love to see this game just become add something where you can grind. I don't know, man. I don't know. So I'm playing Diablo. I'm at but I play it casually, so I'm almost like at level 60. The only reason why it's taking me longer is because it's manual. You can't auto that shit, so it takes time. And then, so I have, with everything that I'm doing and playing MFR and streaming, it's, I can only play a certain amount of time. So what I'm doing is I'm giving Ni no Kuni a chance because they have this auto feature. So that means I can do what I need to do and still have this on auto and then play that one casually. And I'm going to give that one an actual shot. I'm still playing MFR. I'm not quitting. I'm not quitting making content. As clearly as you can see behind me, this is what I'm into. This is the only game. This is the only MMORPG or whatever it is game. And it's a mobile and it looks the way it looks. I enjoy it. Oh, the only thing that's missing is that there's no grinding. It's just everything. Everything leads to the store. There's nothing flat out straightforward, but after seeing the video Let's Go Whaling, I understand why they do all this. I definitely think it's not gonna I don't think this game is going to just shut down. It's not. Especially when they really only need 5% of big whales to just keep playing. They'll still be in the good. I mean, they don't have money to advertise and add crazy amount of people to really change this game super fast. It's going to take some time. Here, I want to go jump into training grounds. Scarlet Witch in training grounds, I'm noticing she's a beast. She just rakes up some points. What up, Hamo? Tamal, what's going on, Tamal? We got a member in here. Yeah, after DM and mobile gamer, Godslave is the streamer I have watched most for MFR. Sadly, the other two quit pretty fast. Yeah, mobile gamer, I wasn't here when mobile gamer was covering it. I guess he already quit by the time I started really going into this game. But those mobile gamer and DM, they're more like if they're not making the money for it, they have to move on to something else. So for them, this is a business. I understand that. If I was making, let's just say, if I was making money on this game, right, streaming this game and then doing all this, making a living, you know, and this was my main job, I would, and I see it go down. But when I look at like Nino Kuni, I see it, you know, everybody, there's 100 million, you know, whatever amount of players there is. But when I see that over there and try to make content and then see that content actually is making me more money, then it's, as a business, it makes more sense to move. That's why they moved on to other projects. But as for me, this is not my main job. So I play this game and I stuck around with this game for this long because I love Marvel. I love Marvel. Like, I love everything Marvel. So as you can see, this is the only game that I can play right now. Don't get me wrong. I tried Marvel's Avengers. I tried that game. You know why? I don't even have to explain why I don't play that game. As much as I would love that game to be everything that we thought it was going to be, it's just not. This game is still better than that other game. Now also, and then we had an MMO. Ooh, we already got 2-star. We'll see how much 2-stars we can get in 6 hours. Let's go. Just playing. Where do I look to see this? It's been a while since I was in here. Oh, item acquisition info. Has anybody got a 4-star box gear in this? They advertise that in there when you're almost about to join this training grounds. It says you can get a 4-star in here. I want to see that. I want to see a 4-star. And Marvel, increase the RNG. Let us grind, please. V Fly. What's going on, V Fly? Captain Ireland is a squid. What? He's like one of the best Captain Americas. All right, I'm gonna go down here and try to answer you guys' questions. This is on auto, so my attention can be right here, talk with you guys. Emma says Diablo is fun. It is fun. I like Diablo. It's very grindy. It's, you know, I like it. When I want it, I get my grinding itch from that game. It's really cool, and I'm gonna keep playing it, especially when Diablo 4 is coming out next year. I'm gonna play this game and try to get used to it. I definitely want to play Diablo 3 and 2, give those games a shot, because I know that I can probably get them on my PS5. But I just can't invest the time that, you know, a lot of people are investing in that game. But I can on this game. I can on MFR. If MFR did something where I can grind, trust me, I can put in the time. Okay, another 2-star costume. So we're now at 2. This game will get better someday, says Jitesh. I hope so, man. I really do. They make some crazy changes. There's a lot that we don't know that's going on behind the scenes, and obviously it has to do with there's not that many people. You know, like clearly we don't see them that active anymore. They're right now just they're just a distant memory. Danny doesn't, you know, hasn't even changed his little, you know, normally he's teasing something in his name. He hasn't done that. Or I think it's been a while since he's talked in the normal general chat or the CCC. But he's busy. He's a busy man. He's got MFR. Obviously, the other games are doing better than this one. So I'm pretty sure his time is spent on those games. Tariq, what's going on, man? If they added more X-Men and Fantastic Four characters, the game would do even better, as they don't have games right now. Yeah. No, that's the thing, though. That's the thing. As you can see from the title, we had Rogue in there looking all fly and fine. But Savage Land, that's the next thing. That's the next region that we're going to be getting. And that is going to be the end of year one. In year one, it's been a bumpy ride. And we're heading towards the end of the first year. I hope that they come out swinging year number 2. They could have already just accepted year 1 as a failure and just been like, you know what? Let's just focus on year number 2. Let's focus on making year number 2 a banger and really focus on we're losing players, we're losing whales. Let's make number 2 a banger and start coming out with things and hopefully get new people to come in and then have them be the next wave to take over. Well, because eventually they probably, you know, most of the whales will be already moving on to other games, because we got games like Diablo and then Nino coming out that are just, they have grinding in them, and they're seeing that how much money they're making, especially Nino Kuni, man. 100 million. Money talks. Twitler's Tactics. Dialer's Twitler Tactics. If I wanted a more free-to-play friendly game that I could grind, I'd go back to playing WoW. But then I'd be divorced again. The reason I love MFR is because I can play for a few hours a day and bounce. That's true. That's true. You can do your dailies all in a day and then you can bounce. Now, for the people that want to spend more time than that and really, you know, and try to build, those are what's, you know, getting people. Those are the people that are getting mad. And those, like for me, if I could spend more than a couple hours and know that I'm actually getting like some rewards, oh shit, I'm all for it. I would be on this game. I tried Marvel Future Fight and I got so there's so many things that I had to learn. I'm like, okay, what's this? I started playing way too late. The amount of time it's going to take me to fully know everything about that game is going to have to take away time from this one. And that's just, I don't want to do that. I'm doing good, V-Fly. Thanks for asking. Tariq, I most enjoyed their I get most enjoyment on this game when there are new characters, skins, and I play between level 0 to 30. Yeah, on my free-to-play account, I see right now they're giving us 3-star companions really early in the game. We didn't get that when we first started playing. We didn't even have companions at all. And when finally they announced companions, they were very stingy on letting us get 3-star companions. And now they're dropping them like hotcakes for the new players. So there is definitely a difference. So from 0 to 30, or I can even, you know, from 0 to like to 70. Actually, it's from until you get to Midgardia, because that's when you start hitting the wall. That's when it's fun. You start getting in there, and that's where they want you to kind of like get you to stay committed and, you know, come in every day. And then to the point where you hit that wall, you're already so committed that you're like, ah, man, what do I need to do? Let me put some money, put some money in the game. 7S official. Hey guys, good day for a stream. Yeah, it was, man. And I almost didn't stream today. I really wanted to give Ni no Kuni a chance, and there's so many people trying to play the game that I had to wait for 500 more people to go in before me. But then again, I remembered Godslave quit yesterday, and then I kind of wanted to give me an idea, like, okay, I know what I can talk about in this live stream. Let me know why you guys haven't quit in the comments. I'm curious to see what you guys like. What's your guys' reason? 7S official says, I don't think I'll just quit because it's a great game, but it's not my main game of choice right now. And I think that is for a lot of people. I think that a lot of people have completely just quit, but a lot of people have not quit, but this game is no longer their main game right now. And that's probably still as bad, because that means the main game is the one getting all the money. KVNG King CJ says you can play Diablo Immortal and Nino for a few hours and bounce. It doesn't have to be either, or it can literally be a choice. That's true. Cross, what's going on, man? Cross says, I want to stick with it because I love Marvel, but I'm scared investing in it just for them to let it die. That's the other, you know what? That's a very good one right there. There's people that love this game. They coming in here and they're trying this game, they're liking it, but then they're seeing now like what's, you know, the news and what the content out there, and they're getting, you know, informed of the state of the game, and they're like, okay, I want to invest, but I don't know if I should invest, because I don't know if this game is gonna be, you know, if they're just gonna have this game be something where it's just being a dead horse and just milking it dry, or is it gonna, they're really gonna try pushing this game again. And as of now, it looks like right now they're not really pushing this game. There's no ads for it. There's no communication the way we would like it to have. You go to the Discord, Ni no Kuni Discord, and it's freaking a party over there. You go to the server of Ni no Kuni, it's a freaking party. There's people playing soccer and freaking doing little activities, running around. Everybody's having a good day. It's like you're in Canada over there. Everybody's so nice. Then you jump in MFR, you just start getting trolled. You see nothing but trash talking. Let me see. Let's see. World. Let's go to world chat. It's, you know, the first thing up here. You guys sound like teenagers trying to be deep. That's the first thing that comes. This is in world chat. Saying time is a construct doesn't mean time doesn't exist. Etropi Pro. I don't know what that means. The first thing I read in here was, you guys sound like teenagers trying to be deep. That's the only thing I can see. But yeah, it's going crazy over there. Oh, we got Godslave in the chat, man. It's good to have you here, man. Hopefully the game at Marvel can, you know, make all the right changes. Hopefully you can come back and do some more content on this game. What up, Bishaw? The game's lagging. It's lagging in content. It's lagging and literally lagging. Like it's having some lag issues with over the weekend. They fixed it, but I still hear a couple people saying they're still having some issues, but not as bad as it was this weekend. Oh my God. I woke up and I just saw the messages and like, what the hell's going on here? Forever Gaming. Thanks for coming in, guys. Dark Bane. I could understand what he's saying about the game. Appreciate your time, but in the same breath, give other players the choice to grind. If they want to, he can still log off after he does his dailies. King CJ says no companions at all over new players getting companions. But it's clear as day the companion system is making them money. They're not making money anywhere else, and we're seeing them constantly. Here, what are the two things that they keep giving us instead of what we've been asking for? New bundles and new companions. That is what's making them the money right now. That is what's making them the money. Is the bundles, the companions, and you can throw in the events in there, like the banners. So that's what they're gonna keep pushing, because that's what's making the money. They're not making enough to where they can go in and risk adding a big new thing in there quickly. The squad battle, that I bet you it says the first 6 months we're gonna get that. They're gonna wait to the very last minute. That's just what they're known for, because they're just very last minute type of people. Because that falls under the fact that I believe they don't have that many people. There's a small little team they're working. By small, I'm not saying like 5, 10. No, it's still a pretty group of people. But compared to like a game that's really making some money, freaking hundreds probably of people working on the game, they're able to bust out a lot of different things. Look at Nino Kuni. There's a lot of shit coming into the game. There's so much in there that I'm like, I'm going to need to really dedicate some time to really fully understand this game. Same thing with Diablo. King CJ says, I just want the special 6-star costume. Yeah, man, me too. I'm just doing my dailies and just logging in and doing just my most of the time I'm playing, I'm doing my free-to-play account. That's where most of the times, that's where most of my hours are spent on this game. On my free-to-play account, getting them up to low level PvP, just so I can have fun in there. Godslave says, I quit supporting MFR because there's no progression without spending. Yeah, if they just add grind, if they just give us something to grind for, that would be huge. That would be huge. You know, anything, you know, but even though if they do it, they might ruin it as well. Because we asked for them to pay attention to the core system, they did, and look at what they did. So now every time they add something, we're all gonna be like, shh. I'm never gonna get excited for anything that they say that's coming to the game. Anything. The core booster was the biggest one. The core booster was the one that was like, oh damn guys, come on, man. All right, so we already got 85 people vote for the question of the day, which is, would you quit MFR if they don't make changes? And 53% said yes. 19% said no. And 28% said, I don't know. That is crazy. That is something. Jimmy Bridges saying waiting for Wolverine or Deadpool. LOL. Oh yeah, man, a lot of people are. One of those two, man. Come on. Give us something. But if we think about it like this, if it's gonna be 6 months from now, Wakanda Forever is dropping. So Black Panther would be, if they're going this route, Black Panther would be somebody, or they can just be like, hey, Wanda was just, it was a coincidence that Wanda was coming out when the movie came out, because the movie was pushed back originally. The movie was supposed to come out last year, but it got pushed back. So we'll see how that's going. But yeah, I really don't know what's going on at Netmarble. Monster. That's where they're making the game. Diller's Twitlet Texas says my problem with Nino is that I hate the art style. The art style gets some, getting used to, but like I see a lot of games where that art style and those games are very popular. Now I'm waiting for them to make a Dragon Ball Z game, and if it comes out like that art style, that would actually be perfect. I'm surprised they haven't jumped in. They did come out with one. There's literally a game that looks like this, but it's Dragon Ball Z. It's called Dragon Ball Z Strongest Warrior, but it's only in China. And that's it. You can't get it over here. And if you do, it's going to be in different language. Suzuki, what up, man? Every Omega season equals new companions, new will, non-stop. Instead of them adding new content and fixing the bugs and errors, they ignore the society. Jitesh says, my problem with Nino is that it's a problem itself. Nino's big, man. Nino's just, it's crazy. You look at that, I'm like, man, what's going on? Like I was saying earlier, like we're over here in MFR, the MFR Discord, and tell me if I'm wrong. You're in the MFR Discord. There's always people trolling, people arguing, and then you go to the Dino Cooney Discord, and it's like a party over there. Hosting knife streams, freaking NATO over there, just freaking wailing out. Cross, yeah, that's my problem with Nino. It's overwhelming. There's a lot of things to learn, but I'm gonna give it a shot, see how it is. For the fact that it does have like this auto feature, and for me right now, if I'm gonna play another game that I can play while I'm with my family, I'm gonna give it a shot. Like, I can't play Diablo Immortal when I'm with my family. Then it's going to be like, I can't, I can't spend family time and then just be, because it's manual. I have to be on the game. So when I play Diablo, it's when I'm like, okay, I have nothing planned. This is free time. I'm just going to go in here. That's why it's like, I can't play that game the way I play other games. I have to play the game casually. So it's taking time. I had to leave the alliance that I was in. Just because I was, I'm going to hurt the alliance because I'm not going to be putting in as much effort as what my alliance members are. So I'm just going to go do myself. All right. Where are we in 2-star? 7? We got 13 1-stars. And this right here is what I would like to have be farmable when we're able to grind. If they allow us to grind, this is what I want us to be able to get. 4-star costumes, and with the chance of getting a 2-star costumes. That's it. That's it. They don't even have to add 3-star in there because they're letting us grind unlimitedly. And this right here, if you can let me AFK farm and I can wake up and I have not just a lot of badges, but I have boxes of gear and fodder, I'm making gold and I'm getting fodder for my ults. And at the same time, if I want to, and then what they can do is they can on training grounds, so that way training grounds is still a place to go. They can make this where you're also getting a lot of XP. So this is the place to go when you want to level up your guy. But they can also increase the chances of like 2 and 3 star boxes. You know, and now if they start increasing the chances of 4-star boxes, then yes, I can see that being a point where it's like, okay, then yeah, people might get maxed out way too fast. So I think they might keep the 4-star just rare, but the grindable, definitely the grindable is 1-star. That should be something you should always be getting. If I'm done with my dailies, I can AFK farm. I stopped AFK farming. That would make me go AFK farm again. If I can just, if they are dropping fodder, 1-star gear. Damn, you guys are you guys are going on going down in the chat on the live stream today, man. I'm having trouble figuring out where I was. I try to do my best to answer all you guys' questions. If I missed your question, I'm sorry about that. Just repost it. Jitesh says, I'm still saying they should add an Omega box and not those Alpha boxes after the reward up to 50. Are you talking about like the season pass? See, Clabon, I'll check your Diablo stream. Jitesh says the core boosters are the biggest joke. Yeah, the go. Oh my god, core boosters were just something that everybody agreed. The core boosters was like, all right, man, you guys kind of dropped the ball on it. There was some people that liked it though, but the majority just were like, no, this is not it. This is not it. Definitely not it. Suzuki says, buff the rewards. The events logins are better now for only the few players. When they will quit eventually, they should fix the main problems like cores, bugs, and fodder. This is the only game. Salway Gaming, what's going on, man? Thanks for coming in. He says, Andy, didn't you just join their CCC program? It's funny to listen to you drop bombs on the game right now. GJ, keeping it honest. I got to, man. See, that was the thing, though. That was the thing. So when I joined the CCC, right, they knew of the stuff that I did. They've watched my videos. I've talked to Danny. So Danny wanted to have a conversation. You know, I talked with Danny. He's a cool guy. You know, he just wanted to make sure we were on the same page. And he let me know, pretty much to sum it down. He let me know, like, don't think that that they're gonna want to, I can't speak my mind. He says that I can speak my mind. So after that, I felt like, damn, like that meant a lot. The fact that he told me to, that it was okay for me to speak my mind. So after that, I was like, okay, I can speak my mind, and if I can continue, I felt more comfortable in being in the CCC after that. Because then before that, I was like, man, if I put something, Are they gonna, what's gonna happen? But after that, I felt more confident in being able to, just say what I really think about the game. And like I've said before, when Netmarble does something good, I say good things. But when they do something bad, I say bad things. That is it's me being honest. And because I'm allowed to be this way, that's why it's easier for me to, keep doing what I'm doing, because I'm not being held back. As of now, the core booster, it wasn't good. I clearly let it be known. I wrote it in the CCC that I think it was a hard miss. I put my 2 cents in, and right now these live streams, as much as I would love these live streams to be like, all right guys, we're gonna try the new raid or the new this, we're gonna try to do this. It's something that's like, we're just doing our dailies. We're just doing our dailies over and over again. So that is why is like, I feel like year one, they're like, we're just gonna have to take the L. Year one, take the L. Year two, we got to come and start making some changes. Year two, they can have this whole other plan set. We don't know. So I'm trying my best, and that way when you guys come and you see my content, you guys can know that I'm always going to be honest. Whether you agree with me or not, I'm always going to be honest. Mastermind says 1890. I like it how Kate Bishop arrived with the Hawkeye show. Oh wait. That's where I knew when I saw Kate Bishop coming in here and it was, part of the Hawkeye thing. I was like, we're about to get a lot of companions. We're about to get a lot of companions, guys. If they're dropping companions for something that happened a while ago, that means that they can drop companions for anything now. Now, if the companion system was different, it would make I would be more, supportive for the companion system. I just don't like the way it is. Like, if it's if you want to be strong in this game, you have to direct your attention to the companion system, or you're gonna get left behind. That's just the fact. And every time another companion gets added, the only time that you're able to, increase your chances of getting the most shards for that companion is when they drop, because they drop and then they have these events, and then they have the banner along with it, and then the season pass probably includes them, which right now, Kate Bishop. So it's like all about, they drop the companion, like, hey, right now is the time. If you want to get this companion, right now is the time to put in your money. Or else you're going to have to lean into more heavily to RNG. Because right now it's still RNG. But then you have the season pass giving you shards. You have the banner increasing the RNG. But the thing here is that they want you to be like, what's FOMO. FOMO, that's what it is. There's FOMO. If I miss this event, right now is the time. If I want to, keep, we got a little Billy over there that every time me and him go back to back in PvP, if I don't get this guy, he's gonna, I know he's gonna buy it. Let me look at his alliance contribution. Oh man, he's already spending a lot. That ain't gonna happen on my book. Let me call my bank, let them know that some heavy whaling's about to happen. Like a deal with the devil. Exactly, Cross. J7 Politics. They can keep the core booster. I'm grinding all blitzes to complete the badges collection. But they should universally increase core completion rates by 50% automatically for the QOL. I think they will increase. I think right now this is the first wave. It's at 15. And then once later on, I bet you they're gonna be like, now it's gonna be at 30, and then now it's getting you to take up all your, clean up your storage. And they're asking for a lot of these badges. Why? Because they're making this, their goal here is probably they're making the core, the new Epic Invasion battle badges, the new thing. This wasn't their plan from the beginning. If this was their plan from the beginning, there wouldn't have been Dark Zone battle badges or Omega War battle badges. There wouldn't have been that, because people spend money to get those Dark Zone Omega War battle badges. They spend money for those, and now they ain't worth shit because Epic Invasion badges are here and they're way better than anything else. And I can put them in my ults without having to hit 120. So if you think about it, if you really want to get your ults, up, you need to focus on two things. Companions, you need to start buying companions, and you need to start buying those Epic Invasion badges. Because companions, you can move them all over. You can put them on each of your ults, and that's going to increase it by a lot. Especially if you have them up to 5, especially if they're at 6 stars. Like a 6-star Moon Knight. A 6-star Moon Knight will that will increase your attack a lot. And then special badges, you don't need to be at 120 as long as they're at, I forgot where they need to be at for you to put your Epic Invasion badges in an ult. It's not that high. I was level 90 and I already had my Epic Invasion badges on my Scarlet Witch. That increased her power dramatically. And then my companions also, those two things right there will really boost it up. Godslave says Nino has really good graphics and good art, but it just feels like a kid's game with all the voice acting and he cartoon stuff. It does, and it does. And that's the thing that I had to kind of get used to. I'm not used to stuff. The only thing that I watched religiously that was almost like that was Dragon Ball Z. But Dragon Ball Z was not, it was different. It was just straight up like I mean, most of the time they were like beat up trying to talk something. They're like talking for like an hour or something, beat up, and then before they start fighting again, it's like next time on Dragon Ball Z. Like, motherfucker, what the hell? You know, every time we tune in, Krillin gets killed all the time. Yamcha is already dead before you even do anything. But the show was really fun to watch. Dragon Ball Z is very cartoonish as well, but the voice acting sounds mature. Does that make sense to anybody? It is. It does have it does have a lot of those elements. But the fact that they were able to get like stronger, like Super Saiyan, I was all in, and it was like, oh, just fighting. Hell yeah. Dialer's Twitlet text says the same reason I can't get into FF for Final Fantasy 14. I guess Final Fantasy 14 is coming back, or it's already here, but I hear it's pretty popular. Nino Kuni's definitely catered to kids. Oh man, yeah, I think but a lot of adults are actually into those into that type of anime style. A lot of adults are into that anime style. It looks like it's catered to kids, and I bet you it does get catered to the kids as well. It gets both. It caters to the kids and it caters to the anime fans. That you're in voice chat? Let me see. Are you talking? Oh, what the hell? Hold on. Hello, hello. Can you hear me?
That's crazy.
All right. Yeah, it's because I didn't have my headphones in there.
I I said I was saying put your headphones in.
Oh, my bad, my bad. Oh man. So, what are you thinking? You think are you gonna quit if they don't make changes, CJ?
You talking about me?
Yeah.
To be honest, I've like all but quit. I kind of don't even do my dailies. I just like log in for the 6-star
Yeah.
special gear. So to me, it's not even about they can't do anything to make me quit because if I want to quit, then I just do it regardless. But they can make me want to stay if they do right things.
Mm-hmm.
Like the next update can be like the most free to play, broken, fucking up the whole game. But if I don't feel like quitting, then I'm not gonna quit.
That's true. Yeah. So here's the next two things that are probably gonna happen, and it's not gonna happen, in this month. It's gonna be the squad PvP. Squad PvP could happen at the end of this month or the beginning of next month, but then the Savage Land. But the time. Then what's gonna happen right now? What's happening right now? They're having this events. They're increasing up. I don't think that's enough though. That's not enough.
I don't.
I was watching your video and you were saying that people can just play soccer. Just I don't know, or just start throwing the soccer ball around.
In the side of like the official Discord, there was like a time ago, not even a time ago, probably just like yesterday, if that. But there were like people like doing screen recorders, and then they was just in the kingdom playing soccer with each other, and that was pretty lit to watch, just because like the community was doing something with it. Because on my server, granted, I'm in North America, like we're in American servers, so in ours, ain't nobody gonna really like kick the soccer ball around, but like in other servers, like, foreign countries where that's bigger over there, they actually like utilize the soccer ball, which was nice to see.
Yeah, that's and just that alone, just something like that where you can something interactive like that is it's that's a lot, man. It makes a lot of things. When there's nothing to do, you always have something to do there. It looks like it. It's just kind of like how in like for Diablo Immortal, you can just run around and just kill mobs and somehow still get a legendary drop. It's crazy.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, that's my thing. That's my thing about those two games, and I think that they came out at a you can say the right time for the mobile industry, but probably like the wrong time for Marvel Future Evolution, because I think some people who were kind of like 10 toes on Marvel Future Evolution, now that they play like Nino and Diablo Immortal, they kind of see like you can have a choice of, hey, if I want to come in here and spend 8 hours and still get rewarded for it, I can. But if I want to just load up, play for a couple hours, do my dailies, and still get rewarded for it, then I can. And I just feel like a lot of people see those choices in those two games, which is why, you know, either they quit Marvel Future Evolution or they're just using it as like their second game now.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are using MFR as their second game. It's there's just not a lot of content.
Nah.
You have okay, and if they do add content, it doesn't feel rewarding. The Alliance, what's it? The Alliance raids don't feel rewarding. A lot of people, that's the thing. Like people avoid the Alliance raids because they don't really. There's nothing really to go for in there.
Yeah. Only like a couple of the top alliances actually push forward.
Mm-hmm.
But even then, I've heard some of there's even like top Indish players in our Future Evolution I was doing, and they're in Ninu, and they just like completely left their alliance because the alliance rate was like too time consuming. They are running like at 9 p.m. or something like that. Well, what if they have to like go do something with their kids at 9 p.m. or something like that? Now they had to stop, doing whatever it was family wise to go run the alliance raid. It's not even rewarding. It's the same bosses. So a lot of them just like quit their top alliance, and now they're like super casual in Marvel Future Evolution. But they come over here in Ni no Kuni, and they went from zero power, now they're welling their brains out all the way up to like 600k to 700k, just taking over a whole server.
Mm-hmm. True. Battle badges? Yeah, I'm not gonna open that. And then they add this new feature where things just keep popping up in there, and if you click on it, there's no way to get rid of it, man. Look, there's no way.
Right?
You have to wait for it to go all the way down. See, there's no way for me to. If I click on this, it's gonna already open it. There's no X, nowhere. Nope. Why do you think they're doing that? They want you to fill up your inventory fast so you can get rid of your inventory, make space. They know everybody's hoarding because there's nothing to use the cores. There's nothing to use your cores for. And then they bring this core booster companion. That's the only thing. See? And it tells you when to open this. I guess you could just click it and just do that, right? Only if there's this much, this amount. But companion is the only thing I open because that it's always gonna be.
Yeah,
just common.
I'll stand by this. I think they made companions way too integral in this game.
That's what I'm saying. Like you have to, if you want to be the top player, you have to focus on companions. You have to, or else you will get left behind. And they're dropping like hotcakes too.
Yeah, like it's one thing to make them integral to one part of the game, right? I did one of my video. I just released my video, and I showed that the companion system, or familiar if you want to call them that. It's a good system to have, but like they're not 100% integral to like your actual character's progression. Like it's nice to have like the support and like a little extra damage, but the only place where they're actual integral is like their own mini arena that they have inside the game, and that's it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, I just don't see what. Honestly, I feel like they're just like taking the L for the year one, and then they just want to come out with a bang year two, and I still think that bang is not gonna be as big as a bang that we would like to see. I mean, I'm happy that we're gonna get Savage Shadowland, but once it comes out, it's gonna be hot. It's gonna be hot for like what, a week?
Yeah.
A new player will last almost a month before the drought comes in.
Yeah, it's like even if they do drop a bang, you're competing with. Right, your two biggest competitor right now at the moment is Ninu and DI. Right, DI is probably one of the most popular games at the current moment, rather it's negative or positive, press. And then on top of that, you have Ni no Kuni, which is literally 3 weeks old, and now we're finally starting to have actual like server capacity. Like I don't know about you guys, but most MMOs, they have server capacity problems in the beginning of the game, where it's the most popular. They don't have server capacity problems 3-4 weeks out. So that just tells you that their player base, even over there, is starting to like expand even more too. Like I woke up this morning, never had a queue. Woke up this morning, it said 448. I said, what in the world is this?
I know. I was gonna try out Nino, and it said there's 500 and somebody people trying to get in queue before me. I'm like, what the hell?
That's what I said. I said a server queue for a mobile game. I ain't never seen this.
I would love to see MFR have that problem.
Right. Like I remember we had that issue like from day 1 to like day 4, and then after that it never happened again. Which I mean that just means like, they added a new server, so that was good. That's one thing that I have issue with Netmarble and Ninu. They're kind of like very slow at responding to issues like that. Like we're telling them like, hey, we need more servers, and I don't know what they're doing. They're probably over there just rolling around in their fat stack of cash and fuck you guys.
Yep. That's what it was. And that's the thing though. And then the other thing is the canceled MMO game that was going to be coming out, I think, for consoles and PC.
Yeah.
I found some more information on it, and it was gonna end up looking like a kids game. It was gonna look like kind of like Spider-Man. What's that movie? Shattered, not animated.
Into the multiverse,
Yeah, it was gonna kind of look like that
Spider
movie,
Verse. Yeah,
Spider-Verse. It was gonna kind of look like that. It looks kiddish, and the budget that they had for that game was low. We're talking, and they scrapped it because they wanted to focus more on their other games, and they were looking at the games they're working on, and the budget for, I forgot the number, but it was way low. And I remember thinking when I read that, like, holy shit, you know what I understood from that? The fact that they want to just get an Marvel game, and they were looking like they wanted to get the young players, as attention or something, because it looks kiddish, or maybe they went that route because it was the easiest thing. Long story short, it looks like they just wanted to capitalize on the IP, that it was a Marvel game and they wanted to make money quick without spending so much money on it. But then it just got canceled because it was just causing a lot of, I guess they were having problems with the game, and then they were like, well, we don't want to spend too much money on it, because if you really want to make a good Marvel game, you have to really put some money down. You have to really, really try to focus on it and stop. And then, you got to make sure that you're making a game that people can love and enjoy before you start thinking about how can we make money off of this game.
these anime cartoonish games, they do so well because first off, it's not going to take as much money as it is to make something like Marvel Future Evolution. And then on top of that, the kid aesthetic to it allows them to get away with a lot of stuff, because again, like Godslave says, you're gonna have people like Godslaves looking at things automatically for kids. But then, like, when you have people like me who actually plays the game, you're seeing stuff like blood. You're seeing characters say the F word and the A word, and then you got female characters, every time they move, their titties look like they're just gonna jiggle out their shirt, and it's so they're just able to hide a lot of stuff in that cartoon aesthetic, whereas you play Marvel Future Evolution, right? Yeah, you play Marvel Future Evolution and freaking Storm and Black Widow shows off a little skin. Now you got articles calling the game sexist.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. That's what I'm saying. Hey, shout out to Shockwave. We got a member in here, guys. Hey, what up, Indian GS? It's G-Tesh saying that's CJ, not Godslave.
No, man, it's okay, man. I'm Godslave today.
Shockwave says the whales will still be there. I'm starting to see new players growing strong. MFR staying for a while, but yeah, the changes are much needed. I don't think MFR is going anywhere. I think it's staying there. The thing that I might see happen is they might focus their attention on the new players and just be like, we're losing the whales because the changes that we're going to be making, the whales are not going to be liking it. And that's already happening. But they're going to be like, and we're going to do this in hopes that the new wave of players are coming in. They have this new way that we build the game, and they're going to eventually take over for the whales.
Yeah, that's one thing that allowed Marvel Contest of Champions to stay on the top of what they were, because they back in 2018 they took like a very huge leap, and they knew that it would piss off the whales that came before, because the whales that came before originally, to get a character, you had to go like super deep in your pockets and to like even max that character out. So a lot of the changes they made in 2018 were like so free to play friendly. Mm-hmm. And like now it went from, it might cost you $20K to get this one character. Well, now we're going to subsidize that, and at the most it's going to take you like $2-3K to get that character. So even though a lot of whales did quit, what it did though, it allowed a whole new, it ushered in a whole new, player base, and now we have newer whales. The economy is a lot better, but I don't know if Marvel Future Evolution has the economy and the player base for that. I would love to see them give it a try, because you're gonna have to do something. But at the end of the day, if you want to make the game better, you're gonna have to you might lose some older whales. You just gotta hope that newer whales come in.
Yep, that's what I'm saying. What up, Marlon? What's up, man? And I think that's what they're probably going to be doing is just the change. Okay, it's like one of the changes was the epic invasion badges, right? And then the whales are the only ones that were like, hey man, what the fuck? We were the ones rolling with the DZ battle badges, and the DZ battle badges and the was it Omega War battle badges, and they just got screwed over right there. And
Yeah.
they could just be adding more stuff. Like if they increase the RNG and free to play will be able to grind, I'm pretty sure whales are going to be like, oh, now they might assume that they're going to catch up and just be like, you know what, that's it, I'm out.
That's another thing. In Marvel Contest of Champions, it went from just whales running everything. Now you got free to play players coming in. As long as you know you grind it out, put it in there. Now we got free to play players duking it out with whales. And like I said, the older whales, they was really like against it, but the newer whales are kind of like, bring on the challenge. So
Mm-hmm.
as far as that player base is going, they're pretty cool. But I just want to see like a whole revamped system to this game if possible. But I understand if like they're very wary because you don't want somebody like Dragon's Blood quitting.
Yeah. Here's the other thing. In like, let's just say if this game survives another 2 years, right? At the end of the third year, this game's gonna look. If it survives that long, this game's gonna look completely different. And I bet you the whales that are now here will probably be gone by that time. But there's gonna be a new wave of whales in there already taking over.
You want me to be honest? I think this game was so ingrained to whales that even if they do make changes, I don't see many whales leaving. I honestly see them if they do make good changes, even if it helps like, the free to play players and it hurts them a little bit. I can still see a lot of whales coming back to the game because for people like us, maybe from like the beginning of the game, we could see like all the issues and we're just like, okay, well this may need to be changed here. But to the whales, this game was like, a masterpiece to them. So to them, they've been loving this game for a very extended amount of time. So I feel like if they do make good changes that increases the player base, as long as whales got somebody to beat on and they're just not, facing each other 24/7, I definitely can see them coming back and enjoying the game.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying, man. What up, Slade? GX? We got a content creator in here from the CCC.
I don't like Slade. He beat my Storm.
He beat your Storm?
His Storm beat my Storm. I don't like him.
Oh, man. Larkay says, I'm just happy CM changes are really good enough to make her a little more dominant in both PvE and PvP. Oh, so the changes for Captain Marvel really improve her?
That was news to me.
Yeah, I didn't. This is the first I hear. Maybe Larkade found a way to really.
Probably.
Yeah. What were you going to say, CJ?
No, I was going to say, I heard people saying, F that. It was like, what is this buff, sir?
Slay GX says 20 to 30 average, but my alliance is saying I'm a hater for agreeing that the game is in a down of players and everything else. You're not wrong, man. You're not wrong. We got what's his name, CJ? Deadpool. My name's Deadpool, who's thankfully taking time out of his day to keep track of he has a method of how he tracks everybody, and then he always updates people of how many people were in Sakar. He has all the servers and it shows how many people were there, and then a week later how many people are still there, and then he compares the drop and adds it all. He has this really cool thing chart. But that's one way we look at it. Like when Wanda, we saw a spike. We saw a spike of players in there, but then it started dropping again. And then we have Diablo Immortal coming out, Nino Kuni coming out. And this game, when you compare this game with Diablo Immortal and Nino Kuni, it's just, man, MFR's got to make some changes. Now, there's going to be people out there that are so like there's nothing wrong with this game. This game's perfect, this and that. And then no matter what, you can show them proof. Literally, You can show them a dev that works in Netmarble clearly say, damn man, it's true what they're saying. The game is in trouble, and then and they'll still be like, nope, fake news. Fake news. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That was my experience with this game, like the whole first 5 months. It was pretty fun.
Yeah.
that was pretty much my experience. I'm like, hey, maybe we should do that. Oh no, it's fine. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. That's the thing though. There's gonna be a lot of players that are gonna be like that. And then right now, like there's people that don't agree with me when I say low level PvP is, you know, the new meta. And I believe that's true. Low level PvP is the new meta because of the way the game is. Now, if Netmarble doesn't want that, they should fix that. It's like they should fix the and where it's so yesterday Godslave showed me a stream, right, where this guy spent $50,000 on Diablo Immortal, and he was like the top rank whatever, and then when he was trying to play PvP, the game would not put him with anybody else, so he had to wait there alone.
It's only at the top.
Yeah, so but on this game they won't the whale that's on the top, if he can't find nobody, all right, we'll throw you somebody way below you. So you can at least get some, you know, some easy wins. When in reality, it should be like, hey, look, if you guys just stop letting way low level players fight, you know, higher up level players and instantly get one shot once the match starts. If they start that, you know what's going to happen? A lot of people are going to be waiting in queue. That's one reason why they don't do it, because there's not that many people. And if they do stuff like that, you're going to see that everybody's going to be waiting in queue. And then what's the new topic? What's the new video that indie gamers going to make? Queue times taking 3 hours long. You know what I mean? Well, I'm not just me, but you know, what's the word? People are going to be talking about like queue times. Oh, the game is going to be dying. So they do stuff like this, so it just looks like there's always somebody there. But top level players still have trouble finding the top of the top still have trouble finding other people, but every once in a while they'll get somebody that's like, hey, what the hell am I doing here? Right. Why am I fighting freaking Ghost of Pablo? Like, the hell, what did I do to you?
There'd be some BS, some bullarchy.
Yeah, man. And it's not, you know, the whale's fault. It's just like, that's just the way they have it right now.
Oh, Slade, it's just CJ24. Slade, you were... Oh, damn. He probably doesn't know it's me. Huh. Interesting.
Yeah, do you know the nickname of CJ?
No, it's just like CJ24, I think.
CJ24, yeah, I think it is.
But it was one time I was in his Twitch stream, and I was talking, and then like we matched up against each other in dimensional duels before, and then he was like, "Is that you?" And I'm like, "Yeah." But I went against him again like 3 days ago, and his storm beat my storm by like an inch, and I'm just like, F this guy.
Yeah. Who does he play as?
I think it's Storm now. I think, right? I don't know if he was just trying. If he was trying out Storm and I lost against him, that's awful.
Hey Slade, we are in the voice chat on the Discord. If you're in the Discord, you can join the voice chat, man. You're more than welcome.
I don't know if he speaks English.
Oh, okay.
Every time I see him, he's speaking more in his native tongue.
Oh. Godslave says my last DD today. I one shot 3 out of 5 players. Oh, he's a storm. He's another storm.
Actually main storm.
Oh. Got some smack talk from CJ here. Godslave says, nah, Jitesh, I'm done, brother. Hopefully, yeah, if the game picks up. Hopefully the game starts picking up faster. I think it's just going to take time, and in that time, unfortunately, you know, games like Diablo Immortal, Ni no Kuni, they're still going to, if they keep going the route the way they're going, well, especially Nino Kuni. Nino Kuni, what isn't it bringing in like all these new modes?
Man, I don't. I can tell you what. I tell you this. I tell you this. Um, Marvel Future Revolution. They had about 5 updates in soft launch. Went over 5 on all of them. Global release came out. We had at least like what 3-4 updates before it was an actual like semi W. I
Mm-hmm.
think. Yeah, and Nino Kuni, Marvel released 1 update and it's 1 for 1. So yeah, I don't know what the hell Netmarble was doing with Marvel Future Revolution.
Here's the other thing. What are the so with everything that's going on right now? What are the chances of you think they'll ever just do a big server merge?
And Marvel Future Revolution.
Yeah.
What I think the merger would be is I think Sakar, you guys are absolutely you just effed. I mean, unless if like they finally merge West with East, kind of like how Nino is, because Nino is literally just all the NA region, so it's West, East, Canada, and I think South America is there as well. So unless if they move Sakar over to our region, then you guys might just be whatever you are. But I know I can see for a fact that Omega Flight and Nowhere might end up being merged into Central City and Hydra. But
I
as far as
think they might merge NSC, Hydra, and Omega Flight.
yeah, I think what they're gonna do is they're definitely gonna like, because Nowhere and Omega Flight are definitely like dropping in player base. Like they're definitely going down there, but I think what they're gonna do is they might merge Omega Flight with Central City, and then they might merge Nowhere into Hydra.
Essentially, I guess so.
Hey, what up, Donkey?
How you doing? You all right?
I'm doing good, man. It's good to have you in here, man.
I wasn't going to join in, but people started talking about CM, so I thought I might come in and say a little bit about that, because I've done some testing on her.
Oh, okay. What'd you find out?
Good? Is she good?
Well, basically what they've done, I mean, obviously as a CM, they've speeded up some of her animations, I think, which is good, because you can see her coming a mile off, let's be honest. She winds up for focal energy shot, she winds up for a roll. They've speeded it up somewhat. You can still see it coming, but it's not quite as obvious, and they have increased the range slightly, and the tracking seems to be a little bit better. I mean, it's still dodgeable, but let's be honest, with a lot of CM skills, you don't even have to dodge. You can just walk to the side and it just doesn't hit you.
Yeah.
So they have done a little bit on that, and I have noticed a difference. I mean, basically, I was not doing much in DD, but I managed to like just smash up quite high last week as a result of the changes, and I did notice them. I think it's not revolutionary, it's not ridiculous, but you don't want ridiculous, you just want a little bit, and I think it's kind of to a stage where a well-built CM probably can compete again, if I'm honest, without being OP or anything like that. So I think it's justice. I think ultimately she deserved a nerf in the first place. As a CM, I'll openly admit that it was ridiculous. It was kind of spammy in terms of what she could do. You couldn't hit her. She could dodge all the time, just get out of the way, and it wasn't fair. I didn't. Luckily for me, I wasn't really that OP in that build. I didn't go for that build as much. However, when they nerfed it, it did affect it, because it kind of left her a little bit vulnerable. But however,
a little bit.
Personally, I've worked on the build on her, and the changes are welcome, and she's not awful. I think time will tell, but I think maybe a little bit more could have been done, a little bit, but not too much, But at least they do it on that respect. At least they've done something.
Yeah, they did. They implemented. I just wish they would have done something a little bit sooner. If they're gonna, so if they fixed her, right, and she needed to get that fixed, but they should have known that she was gonna be completely useless now. Well, almost useless. And they should have added something to kind of counter that.
Yeah.
So that way, like, hey,
yeah, bro. That's what when he said a little bit, I was like a little bit. They kind of like left her ass naked open.
You look at who was the CM at the time, right? Some of them left immediately, some of them gone now. Really competent CMs, people like Whistling Death went, Skeleton Fish went, Errands. All those people have left the game or at least semi-retired. And then you've got people like Captain Island and Ogre who've recently left the game for Diablo. But if CM wasn't totally nerfed to the ground, they might still be here working on their CMs, you know. Yep. I can't speak for them and I can't guarantee that. But a lot of the good community that were CMs either transmuted, and some of them transmuted to like Spider-Man, and Spider-Man got nerfed, and then there's sort of ramifications go on and on and on. But I always believe that you shouldn't nerf characters, that you should build, if there is an OP strength in a character, make the other character stronger to counteract that. Don't waste somebody's investment and they put into specs and skills and etc. etc. If it is broken, it's a better fix. It's the same result, but it's a better fix to make other characters stronger, don't you think?
Yeah, I'm more in the realm of, if you're gonna nerf the character, then give people back the resources they put in. Like, if you're gonna nerf them, fine, but like give them back some investment. That was my biggest problem when it comes to nerfs, because they just nerf them and then they be like, all right, have fun.
Yeah. But I don't think they put much thought into it. They just went into certain complaints. I mean, like, I'm not going to harp on about it because I do talk about it a little bit in my videos or whatever, but Iron Man seems untouchable. It's like, we know what, that you can spin blades and flipping Hulk. And make it so that you can't hardly target the guy in DD, and that's not right. It's anything that you can spam.
That update was funny.
Yeah, I mean, they looked at the spider swing thing. They looked at that where
they won't nerf his ass either.
He can do other abilities while he's in spider swing. But Iron Man seems untouchable. I don't know whether it's because they're making the most money on him.
I just thought about it after the update. You look to the side. Captain Marvel, Captain America, Doctor Strange, Spider-Man all laying on the ground dead. You got Storm off to the side. They really didn't touch her at all, and they still have not touched her, but she's just over there cooling, kind of just off to the side, like, well, I don't want none of that, leave me out of it. And then you just got one man arising from the ashes because he didn't get touched for shit, and it was Iron Man. And I'm just like, that's so tough.
Yeah, but I'll just be fair. I mean, a lot of people talk about the storm bubble build, etc. But that's really strong storms in a sense that, like, it's really strong caps that have, like, I mean, Cap got a buff, but anybody who's that strong is going to be good anyway, and kind of should be. I can beat a storm that's the same power as me. I don't think there's many storms that are the same power as me that can beat me. And I'm a Captain Marvel by any means, not the most OP character in the game. But people look at the top echelons of the game and they think they should beat those characters when they're, I don't know, 500,000 less than them. Well, they shouldn't be able to. That's not how it works.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Storm is like night and day. Without bubble build, trash, garbage, boo-boo. I lose matches I shouldn't lose. But with bubble build, I win matches I have no business winning.
Exactly, but that's one build, and it's got to be. But I'm sure even with that build, CJ, you're not punching up ridiculous, are you? I mean, you're not going to go.
Let me ask you this. I beat Arrows. You tell me.
Well, I've beaten Arrows on CM.
I beat you too.
I'll beat you. Bitch.
I mean, you better beat me. No, that build is very,
What
yeah,
I'm trying to say, and the point is about big spam.
yeah,
It's
that build is very toxic. I'm not gonna lie.
It definitely keeps you alive longer.
Yeah. That's how I beat him. That's how I beat Donkey and Arrows. I literally timed him out. Like I couldn't kill him because I didn't have enough damage, so I had to time him out. And it came down to the wire, and I was just like, "Oh my god, thank you." But yeah, that build is, and I think I don't know why I have officially gravitated to that because there's a witch class in Ninu, and she plays the exact way like Storm, like from in PVE content, just the absolute monster from beginning, medium to the end game. But then it's like when it comes to PvP, it's all about just one build, but that one build is like very broken, but it's like super expensive to build.
yeah, I hear you. Totally.
Yeah, and
But that's what I like about Scarlet Witch. She's got many viable builds you can play around with, and I think most characters should be like. It shouldn't be like one thing. It should be like far more theory crafting involved in your build. In my opinion, because that's the part of the fun of it. I mean, you get people saying, right, this is what build you got to do. This is your skills. This is your rotation. This is the order you should do it in. You should dodge here. You should do that. It shouldn't be like that. It should be a reactive game. PvP should be reactive, and you should have various arsenal skills that you can employ using your own, brain to think about it.
Yeah, but as much as I say Storm needs a buff, man, look, I don't know any else other character that's just like head above shoulders in PvE of everyone. And then PvP at like her max, she's arguably like top 3 PvP. So I'll just claim it here, and like somebody can argue. I mean, you can argue with your mama because I ain't gonna argue with you, but Storm is definitely the best character in the game, especially at very end game.
The only thing I think Storms need buff, it's the time that lightning in area a little bit more faster.
Man, I want to.
You got insta killed before you can land those lightning.
Yeah. See, I want to agree with you, but I don't know if you was here for our first speed up animation buff, but at first it was a competition in PvE when we didn't have the speed buff, but then as soon as they gave us the speed buff, it was GG's after that. Yeah. So I can't go for another speed. If we get another speed buff, you might as well not even put another character in PvE. Just everybody build a Storm. Everybody build a Storm at that point.
In PvE, with you, Storm in nowhere in the epic invasions. Every epic invasion, it's dominated by Storm.
Yeah.
Everyone, especially when we got the Mysterio.
Oh my god, the Mysterio one. Oh my goodness.
That one, it's like top 20, 30, only Storms.
Because it was a small space, right?
Yeah, it was a small space. Pretty small. You can almost kill with the lightning or the tornado skills.
Yeah, bro.
It was pretty fast.
Yeah, we cleared it really quick because I think that one was like the most AoE dominated one that we had because you had the Mysterios off to the side. And then in the beginning you had like the Sinister Six. Yeah, that one was pretty much a wash.
Also, welcome Slade. This is Slade in here. He's in case everybody's wondering who's talking. We got Slade in here, guys.
Hi, guys.
Hey, Slade.
All right. Let me see.
You play in Sakar, right?
Yeah, I play in Sakar.
I play in Omega Flight.
Yeah. I feel bad for Donkey. That's awful. Your DZ is like what, at like 4 a.m., 3 a.m. or something like that?
Yeah, it's pretty late. It's pretty late for me. But I don't really. I mean, the rewards ain't amazing, are they? So I'm not missing out on anything. I just go in if I'm needed, if we're under attack, another alliance decides to attack us, they generally shout me out.
Do you wake up at 4 in the morning to go and help out your teams?
Yeah, well, you know.
That's some
It's what it
dedication. Hey, we need more people like Donkey.
I feel
Every
that Dark
alliance
Zone
needs a
it's the
donkey. I mean, even
But
when
it-
it was there, I mean, we used to like me and Darth Waffle. Don't know if you know him, but we used to like we'd work it out when it was like quite hostile in DZ, and we'd like literally be like sentries like floating around and just zapping anybody who come near us when we was on the bosses. So
Yeah.
I
it's all
feel
good fun.
they don't have a very I forget the word. In the Dark Zone, I don't feel they disinvolve the mode in a right way. I feel that it's the most unnecessary mode that we have
Mhm.
right now. They need
Well,
to
yeah, that and Spec Ops, I think.
reform the literally from the zero. I think
Yeah, from the ground up.
they need to they need to change Dark Zone. It's very very lame that you need to spend an hour in that, and people are like, I don't have that. I don't need to do that anymore.
No, because
Like,
the rewards are rubbish, though, aren't they, Slave?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, the
It doesn't
rewards
give you enough,
are
does it?
too silly. I don't know what they're going to do with that.
But yeah, but we know that they're gonna do something because they asked us in the CCC what they can do to really make it, better, and we gave them our opinions and what we're getting from you guys, the community, and we just passed it on to them, and hopefully they really use that to their advantage.
My personal think about it, it's that they already have a suggest channel, and I feel like they don't hear us out as much as we want. You know, I feel they don't care very much. I hate that feeling.
I think it's because they have to kind of like there's this whole like the video that I came out with a couple days ago where it shows how they monetize the game. I think that they are going through the process when they hear our suggestions, but then they're like, we have to make this, if we're going to implement this thing that they want, it has to fit into this whole system that they have. It needs to do this, it needs to get people to be coming back into the game, and then it just needs to go through that whole process. And I feel like they do that with everything.
Is it? Do they really? They do that? I couldn't tell. It looked like to me that part of the process is how can we push people away? But that's just me.
Well, I know that's the thing though. Every time they add that in there, that right there alone is pushing people away. They just can't add something in there. The thing here is that everything they add, they want it to have that, to check mark all those boxes instead of just being like, all right, we can have stuff in here that's made for that, and then we can just have stuff that we put in here for the community.
Yeah, Netmarble is stupid people.
But
I'm saying, I'm sorry. I don't know if Netmarble's watching Indy stream, but I'm just gonna say this because this is on behalf of the Nino community. You guys are stupid. Stop what you're doing. For both games, damn it. Stop what you're doing.
You bring up Nino Kuni. I don't understand why they bring Nino Kuni into the computer, but don't bring Marvel.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah,
Man, this don't make any sense.
Yeah,
They need to bring this game on PC as well. It will be the perfect way to bring more people, because as you guys know, the smartphones need to be 64 bits to run the game, but that at least in here in Brazil, where is Kinower, we like it's 20% of population that has a cell phone that runs the game, and 64. But everyone have a computer. But if they choose to launch the game for PC, it will bring more people in. I don't
Yeah.
know why they don't think about that.
Yeah, and they're like really like headstrong on not doing anything about making it putting it on computer because the application. I mean, they said it's still in beta, but the application is running like fantastic. I think I've only crashed like once or twice compared to like when I tried the PC port for Diablo Immortal, and I crashed like 6 times in like the first 2 days. So I think Netmarble did do a good job with like optimizing the game on PC. So I don't see why they couldn't do it from our Future Revolution. In all honesty,
Well, Marvel, they can't even make it not crash on bloody phone. I mean, the
I
amount
have
of
some
times that I'm
problem
sitting
with.
in war or Alliance Raid, I'll queue up for Alliance Raid. I have to wait 10, 15 minutes while everyone gets their shit together. Oh, shit, I've got to get enhanced. Oh, I need to go and change my companion. I need to go and do this. And then you start it, and then you crash straight out. And you're like, I've just waited 10, 15 minutes for this bollocks. And that's what's annoying, going into war, and then all of a sudden you're just stuck, and then you're just thrown out. And then, I mean, there was the particular bad one at the weekend, wasn't there, when everyone got kicked from Alliance Wars and
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
whatever else. But generally, you expect at least once or twice a week, you'll crash in DD or in normal Amiga War. You know what I mean? Never in the PVE content. It's always in PvP content, normally, apart from Alliance Raid, which I guess is PvE. But it's just like, get your shit together, man. It's ridiculous. The ping in this game as well, it's fucking insane.
The last time we have these problems with content between servers was the first merge. I remember because everyone was complaining. Then out of nowhere, they just merge everybody. And I'm afraid because they are again with the same problems and they don't respond us about it. We ask about and they don't give us a proper respond. I feel that they are hiding a merge.
They don't communicate with us properly.
That's what I'm feeling right now. And if they merge, they will lose a ton of players.
Yeah, I would admit that the communications it's something I've always been saying that they have a problem with the communication part of. So there's a lot of people that are left like just like how you are feeling, where it feels like they just don't care.
yeah, they've been
Yeah,
having
I'm feeling
communication.
that.
Oh, you guys done it. Sorry, my bad.
How's the communication in Nino?
Well, the community doesn't really like have many problems besides like our overcapacity server, but we can actually like ping the dev team in there and they will actually respond back and they will let us know like, oh yeah, we see this server issues going on, please give us some time.
Company. That's the same company.
Same company.
That's the same company, and you can ping the devs and they'll respond. How much are we being sold short here, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not cool. You're on, sorry, I'll just say, John, you're on Nowhere, aren't you? Nowhere server, is that right?
What?
What server?
You're on the Nowhere server, yeah?
Yeah, nowhere.
And you're based, what, out of Brazil, did you say? Was I hearing that right?
It's South America, Brazil,
South American
Chile,
server.
Argentina.
So what's it like in your? And is it a busy server? Is there lots going on, or is it dying off? How is your server going?
When Scarlet Witch drop in, we got a lot of new players coming. Even my stream grew up like it was 20, 30, go to 50. You know, we had 8 channels always filled in the lobby, but now we barely have 3 or 4.
Okay.
We are losing much of players, because in here we have the biggest problem. It's
The
in
exchange
South
rate.
America, at least in Brazil, we don't spend
Yeah, I'm
much
about to
in
say
games.
exchange rate. Yeah, because the exchange rate is so awful in South America. It's like they didn't even try. They just 1-to-1 that shit, and like prices
It's
for you
like
guys are ridiculous.
$1. It's 5 times my coin. $1.
Wow,
Damn.
that's insane.
Like
That is
if you
insane.
spend $100, I need to spend 5 times my coin to get the same thing as you. You know,
Wow.
they
Mhm.
don't regionalize the price. They don't do that. They
Yeah.
convert as at,
So let me get this right. So if you've got like a typical crystal offer for $30 US, you're paying you have to pay 150.
Basically, yes. That's how.
Oh my
Yes, that's why.
fucking God.
That's why nowhere hasn't like. That's why nowhere
Nowhere
has.
the
Yeah,
manual
And they haven't
power.
recognised that as a problem.
yeah. It's awful.
Sorry. I forget the number. How to spell it in English? Sorry, my English is a little rusty because I learned by
It's
myself.
a lot better than mine, Brazilian.
But it's around
Portuguese, isn't
that number, the power amount in my server,
Mhm.
and I see this Omega Flight and the others going like this number.
What was that?
It's my
Soundboard.
voice. It's in the number, no, a numerical in my.
Okay.
My
No, I
keyboard.
got you. Let me just put it this way. Omega Flight, New Stark City have people with like 3 million power, right? Nowhere, there's no one close to that because of how stupid high their exchange rate is.
Yeah,
insane.
because you need to I don't know what is the minimum salary in US,
Yeah.
but in Brazil, let me just check it.
If you
Dollar
need help,
rate.
if you need help explaining it, I can help you because don't worry, I did research on this BS way before the game even like released.
The minimum salary in Brazil, it's this much in dollar. The
Mm.
minimum salary.
Well, like it's like $3, right? American, I think so. Technically.
We spend 5 times my coin to get $1. It's in Brazil, my coins is called real.
Mm-hmm.
We need 5 reais to $1, and converting the minimum salary, it's 200. I forget 17. It's 217. I forget.
217?
I always messed up when it comes to numbers.
Yeah, like two.
And like if the pass, the game pass in here, it's like $10 for us. I don't know how much is for you guys, but in here, that's very much. Like it's almost 10% of the salary.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. They need to do something about world economy conversion.
No,
within the
yeah,
game.
they do, but Netmarble sucks at it because I don't know if I told you guys, but even in Nino Kuni, they even went lazier than what they did in Marvel
Okay.
Future Revolution, because in Marvel Future Revolution, at least they like converged the cost between each server. No, in this game, all they did was do 1-for-1 from Japan and Korea and just brought it over to North America. So now we have like stupid deals that are like, oh, let's get this little weird price. Instead of it being like $5.99 or something like that, it's like some random ass $8.99 or like $2.99, and it's like, dude, this is it.
Yeah.
And now, I mean, I guess for like higher up money wise, because now we don't have like $8.99 offers, we have $79.99 offers. So like on the higher end, I guess it's better, but like on lower end, like something that would be $1 in Japan or Korea since the exchange rate is terrible, that $1 offer is like $3 offers for us here.
I think it's worse though in certain countries. That I mean, don't get me wrong, that's not great, but America's quite an affluent country, and your currency is good. Do you know what I mean? But when you're taking it into countries that don't have as good currency, they should reduce that price to make it a playable game for those people over there. And I don't think that's very fair that they don't. They can't expect people to pay UK or American prices when they're in South America or Africa or wherever it might be. Do you know what I mean?
I understand that the problem with the conversion of the monetizing, it's a political problem. At least here in Brazil, it is a political problem, and the situation in here are pretty fucked up, and in every single way you look, like starvation in Brazil grow up again because of the pandemic.
Have it. Have the rest.
People are not having money to basic
real problems, man. Real problems.
Real problems
in here, and the games are like stupidity high. They do, it becomes a elite thing, you know. Only those have huge pockets can have, and it's not fair with us, you know. I
feel you, bro. That's not fair.
If they change a little bit, that it will work out to be good for the community, to bring up players, to don't lose the players, because this is a factor that makes us stop playing the game. Diablo came here. The battle pass is the cheapest in all games. Everyone was like, "Man, this is crazy." They lowered the price. Everyone is talking about that. You know, if they did something like that in Marvel, they would attract more players. Money.
I mean, it's all about corporate social responsibility, and companies need to be accountable for what's task over it. It's you know, they need to, and it's going to help them in the long run. I mean, look at the figures. They're going to look at the Google Trends. They're going to look at the Apple feeds. They're going to look at the game stats. If they make things fairer across the board, they're going to get more people involved and retained in playing the game. Sounds unsustainable from your end, from what I can hear.
For me, it's since I start the game, I receive very much donations for cash in the game. Like it's around I cashed with people giving me money around $600. But man, that's not, it's nothing if you compare with people in Omega Flight. $600 they spend in a month. They are joking.
It's not just Omega
in
Flight,
a month.
it's in a lot of other servers apart from us. Believe me.
In here, 600. Man, in here 600. It's like 3 months of salary. 3 months.
You're looking at about 6K as equivalent in the UK, basically.
Man, you know how crazy this is. You work for 3 months to have something they people in other servers spend in a day.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's
we
not
we
fun.
can't
It's not fun.
we can't go with that. Like when they bring about nanofusion, the companions. I call it nanofusion because it's what I feel. It's not transcending.
Yeah.
When they bring that, you know where I was like, man, we don't even have a 6-star companion. We don't have it.
Yeah.
What you talking about?
Right.
We don't have normal. We don't have normal companions. Normal companions 6 stars. You're talking about Nano Fusion Hulk or anybody else? Like it's crazy for us, you know? It's crazy.
I think that's crazy across the board, but it must be even like, 5 times as crazy for you, basically. Oh my God.
The other problem I feel in here in Knower, it's the Hulk problem. I don't know if you guys have this in your PvP, but Hulk in here.
Yeah, watch my videos, bruv. You'll hear me moaning about Hulk all the time.
It's like a cancer that grow up and they bring America Chavez as a band-aid. Just they don't fix the problem nerfing Hulk. They just bring another character that you need to monetize in there to at least have a chance to win. It's
yeah,
not
but that's
fair.
going to carry on. That's going to carry on. It's problem and solution. They'll create another problem, then another solution, then another problem, then another solution.
I'm working from home today.
I feel that I always said that in my stream. I feel like companions, it's the huge scam with the community. It's a totally scam to be a grab money of everyone. I don't like that system. I think it's too lazy because they bring out Hulk, Thor, people we want to play with as companion, and make people cash in hard to have 6 stars.
Terrible system.
Oh God, my hay fever's.
Companions are like.
Have you?
Like.
Oh, do you know what? I probably
Yeah,
should.
this is probably the most.
Where is it down there?
Oh, he must be talking to his wife.
Oh.
I'm comparing this game to Sensei Awakening already.
And look, yeah, like I can even if I wanted to go ahead and compare the companion system as a whole to like Ninu, right? The companion system in Marvel Future Revolution is like
Sorry,
4 times expensive.
Can you see anywhere? My
And
eyes are literally.
they don't walk around with you.
You.
You can't use them at any star.
Sorry, a bit of pain.
I don't know. I just don't know what the plan was when they brought out companion. I mean, obviously it was to get money, but like
just money. It's the biggest scam.
Oh, hang on, yeah, got it, yeah.
In a game.
Thank you.
I don't know. This game is a bigger scam than Indies giveaways.
Well, I'm gonna need them as well.
I don't know why they stopped bringing us the crystal offers.
What was that about, CJ?
Like Baby Groot offers. Remember when the game first come out? We have tons of Baby Groot crystal offers. Like 2,000.
They still need to give their CCC members the giveaways.
Yeah, they don't
for real?
That.
Wait a minute. Wait, hold on. Question mark.
You thought that I was using the giveaways for myself?
Wait, you was doing giveaways? Wait, you really doing giveaways?
No, I said.
Okay.
They give out. Netmarble gives out their content creator corps codes to give out during the stream and all that. And we saw Misery Hates Company, Wolverthor do it, but they haven't given us the new CCC members the codes for it yet. So,
yeah, give me one. I want one.
I'm waiting for the
I want
codes.
a prize. I want a prize. Where's my prize?
That's why I haven't done no code giveaways.
Dude, I was trolling. I didn't know that you were actually doing giveaways.
No, that's part of the CCC thing. They give you. We
also. I didn't know you guys had to do giveaways. You even made a
CJ,
video
what
about
are you giving away?
giveaways.
What are you giving away, bro?
No gold for the game.
Oh, is that what that was? I didn't know that. That's cool.
Yeah.
Gold. The codes mean just.
I prefer crystals. I'm not gonna lie.
I know.
Express in words how disappointing.
Million gold.
With that.
Yeah. It just feels like they're so busy behind. Okay, so let's just think positively for a little bit right here. What if they're just so busy making all this crazy good content? What if they're so busy making this content, this new content that we've been asking for,
Nino.
that they don't have
For Nino.
time? Oh,
They're
for
making
Nino.
content for Nino. That's what they're busy doing.
We,
But
we
I-
had a fa-
They've already
We had,
washed their
uh,
hands of us.
Nah, they didn't
We're
wash
left
your hands
in-
with you guys.
Left in the desert wasteland now.
No, it's a no. The
Look,
devs
you've
made
got
it
that
pretty
Mad
clear
Max
in the. Let me help you. The devs made it pretty clear in the Nino Discord, because every community is gonna have those people that just
And
cannot.
you can chat to the
They
devs.
can't
You can
chill.
chat to the devs in Nino. You can
Yeah,
chat
no,
to
but
them.
that's what I was gonna tell you. That's what I was gonna tell you.
Yeah, sure, bro. I'll do
No,
that for
but
you.
that's
What else do you want, babes?
that's what I'm trying to tell you. They're like very very communicative in there, and they let
Yeah.
the community know like they working on other games, and
So how does
they
that
have
look for
other
us
games
then?
and priorities as well.
Us scrubs in MFR. How does that look for us?
I don't know, man, but they
I'll
made it
tell
clear
you,
that
not
they're
good.
working on it.
Not
They're
good,
working
bro.
on it. At least that's what they're saying. They made it clear that hey, they have other games on the
They
market.
were working on it. We'd already have it. How long has Nino been open? It's not even that new, is it?
What?
Sure, they could have set this shit up in MFR a long time ago.
Yeah, they definitely could have, and they should have. There's
But they
a
didn't.
lot of things in this game that I'm just looking at. I'm just like, why can't this happen in Marvel Future Evolution?
Mhm.
And
It's
it's not even.
about intent. It's about intent. What's their intent with this game?
Yeah, dude, and
Was this
like,
game just to fund Nino? So
yeah, a lot of these changes that I'm even saying we can have, like, you don't even have to do a whole 180 on the game. Literally, you can just drop them in, and then it'd be okay, like in a flip of a
Yeah.
switch.
but will they do it? That's the thing. Will they do it?
not.
If you see the content that Marvel have in this year, the biggest content was the first two maps in January, right? Then February they didn't do anything the whole month. Then March they give us the roadmap with the dev note, right? They give us the Magneto Epic Invasion, and they reuse tunnels, and now Eternal Epic Invasion, 2 Epic Invasions, 1 month without content. What the hell they are doing? That's what I'm worried.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. They're funneling their resources into Nino.
Yeah,
And I did say
blockchain.
before,
Next
I did say
month,
before, and I heard on the line that a lot of this might have been a front to raise funds for it because they think it's going to be a bigger game. Now that's speculation.
Yeah,
However,
I reported on
signs are crap.
Yeah, I reported on the blockchain thing. Like when I first heard them say like, hey, they were going to focus on the blockchain. I remember making a video about, I think a couple months back, and I was wondering like, what did that mean for Marvel Future Evolution? But Nino released, and then they talking about 100 million, and then it's kind of like, oh man, I don't know what's going on now.
I'm worried about the
100
next month.
million.
The next month will be something that will impact the game, because they bring Scarlet Witch with the Doctor Strange movie.
Mm-hmm.
The community will, and I'm saying this since last month, they will keep asking about Thor being a character player with it movie. And if they don't bring Thor next month, and I think they won't,
Yeah, they gonna
The
bring
community
Jane
will-
Thor as a companion.
they will bring Jane as companion. And if they don't bring Thor as a playable character, I bet we have a lot another loss of players in the community.
it's like a wave. But the thing is, we're in a situation where we could probably only lose 2 more waves, and the game's dead. Because the waves
don't
that
feel,
get lost from.
I don't see this game going to a second year. I don't see.
I said
That's
it
my
like this.
feeling right now.
You won't see out a second year unless things change drastically, especially
I-
with new games getting released.
Yeah,
I mean, the
think-
next one,
Mhm.
right in the corner, Midnight Suns, Marvel IP.
Yeah,
I know it's PC and console, etc. But you know, so's Lost Ark,
yeah, and I
and
think
that
what's
lost a
really
lot of people.
depressing, I think what's really depressing to me is we've only had one semi-ish update in Ninu, and it wasn't even like a big full update. And in that one update, we got brand new uniforms. They had reworked the cost of the bundles that they give out. They added in five new game modes. They added in a kingdom defense, so basically your alliance raid. They added in kingdom dungeons, so now you can do dungeons with your alliance. Then they added in the companion arena, and then they added in a whole new dungeon for if you want to play with randoms. And I'm kind of like, dude, they just did all this in one day, like in one update. And how long did that take that stuff to happen in Marvel Future Evolution? Like months.
I don't know. Well, I feel they don't have devs to
You
fulfill
got money already, but he might jump at you
of the game.
in a nice
Yeah.
way.
It was
It's like
pretty.
man, they don't have a basic thing that is a joke in here in Brazil. That's the marketing of the game. They don't have the marketing. It's something that we talking about and joke about, because if you see the Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook, they don't have anything.
Yeah.
It's like, and when they have, it's like it's a 10 years old who do that, you know. We joke about that.
Yeah,
a lot. And
I try to I don't know what it was, but they did a big marketing push for Ninu and on Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, and here we are Thursday, crowded servers, over capacity. So
if
I don't
you
know
see,
what that's so,
I think
crazy.
the example for marketing in here for now, it's Diablo. If you see Twitter's Diablo, you see they post every day tons of things. Why they don't do that in here? Why?
Yeah.
They are lazy or what? I don't know. This keeps me frustrating with the game, you know.
Yeah, they market big when they drop like an actual new character. They definitely like market big when that comes up. But other than that, you don't really see much on the game.
It just do that with Scarlet Witch because Magic don't even appear in the when they show arts with everybody. Magic don't even appear since now. Since they launched her, she never appeared. If
And she doesn't really.
And if you go into the Twitter, in the Instagram, you see they don't have her in the arts.
Oof.
Man, like it's a character that been released 6-7 months ago, and they don't have arts with her. What? Like what?
That's crazy. I saw a comment down here from where it was down here. After the new year, Magic was released. The team got cut.
Nah, man, team got cut like after the first month of the game.
Once they saw the numbers.
Unfortunately, very unfortunately. No, it's not that. It's just that I think every mobile game kind of cut some form of the team after the first month.
I think that when the real big cuts were made was when we saw the Kim leave, and then we saw
nah, man, that happened before that. The big cuts probably happened when that interview came out, and the CEO was talking about how they were like very disappointed at the numbers on the game. I think that's when I mean, even before that interview, I feel like big cuts happened anyway.
I think seeing Kim and the other host, whatever that guy's name was, leaving at the same time, I was like, something ain't right here. There's no way they both are like, right now is the time for both of us to go out. It's like basically, if that was the case, then you know, the guy was basically, was it, who was the one that said she's leaving? I think the girl first. The girl said she was leaving, and then he out of nowhere said, I'm leaving as well. If it was something, he just took her spotlight. if it wasn't,
SQAUD just appeared one time, right, in this game, promoting.
Yeah, he started when this first came out. That he started, he was making content for this game, and then he didn't like how the rewards were. He wasn't getting enough rewards from the time that he was put it in, and he just was he already saw everything, and not only that, but he just dipped.
Marvel Future Fight, it's a pretty a game that is pretty pay to win, and you see that, man. SQAUD, it's a content creator from MFF.
Yeah.
And I don't even know how to express it. They make him don't want to play this.
Yeah.
Man, Marvel Future Fight, it's a big money grab.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if he saw this as even more money grab in that time, what he would think now?
I don't know, man. I just don't know if I don't think we're gonna see a lot of new net Marvel games. I think we're just gonna. I think we're just gonna keep seeing the same thing, and then but they're really gonna be pushing towards blockchain games. That's the apparently that that's what the future and they invested so much in their blockchain games that why make a game where you have to give a portion of your money towards Marvel when you can keep making these blockchain games and just get way more money.
Yeah, it's pretty much up from here, especially looking at one of their blockchain games just do like off the charts. And then on top of that, you already have another game that's just eating just as good as Ninu and Marvel Contest of Champions, and that's not if I put money on it, bro, they're probably just eating off solely of Ninu and Marvel Contest of Champions, and every else other game is just there as a snack.
That's what I'm saying. What up, Talia? What up, Blue Dragon? Oh, we got some more people in here. Mellow two times. The games needs a community manager like Cerebro was for Marvel Strike Force, or at least give Danny a heads up so he can plan. Feels like they just go live and drop shit on him. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Danny also probably gets frustrated as well. And he's in a situation where, he can't, talk bad about the game. That's his, it just makes him look bad.
So is Indy confirming that he has issues with the game?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying.
Oh my God, we got confirmation from Indy. I'm just playing.
Because he clearly isn't the devs. He's not the devs. He's just right now, he's Marvel. He's not Net Marvel. He's Marvel.
He's like a freelancer. I think he's like a freelancer. They just ask him to come to the stream, and that's it. Because he doesn't even talk with us.
Yeah, I don't know his full job title or everything, but yeah, I'm pretty sure sometimes he thinks like to himself, like, damn, Neymar, what the hell are you doing?
I think the devs think that.
Mm-hmm. But that's what I'm saying. Did Donkey Punch leave us? Oh, yep, Donkey Punch was out.
Oh, I know. I thought I heard him talking to. I think that was his wife or something.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah. Web came in like, hey, what did I tell you about? No, please stop. But that's just the state of pretty much. See, the thing is, I don't try to come in here and like, hey, I'm gonna stream and we're just gonna be so negative. It's like I'm not trying to make this stream negative. If there was stuff for me to do differently, it would have been different. It would have been different.
was how
Every
it
stream that I
with
have is
you.
the same thing all the time.
There's like not that many places.
Every time I stream for MFR content, the content's the same thing. It's just okay. What's Andy gonna do? Oh, it's just the dailies.
So
It's
Because
why
we go
I
every day?
switch. I was streaming MFR every day, from Monday to I keep forgetting the name. Tomorrow it's what?
Tomorrow's Friday. Monday to Friday.
Monday to Friday. I switch. I do stream MFR only on Monday and Friday. No, I don't stream every
Yeah.
day because we don't have content to stream. You know, and when the content is to talk about how bad Netmarble is, that's the content.
Or think about what is to come, or how like think about what's coming in the future.
Or
He's nuts.
if there's
Godslave says that's why I quit, and no voice chat for me. Too much negativity.
Oh man,
Netmarble out here hustling Marvel characters like crack.
it's like crack. That one made me laugh too. I had to mute my mic for that one.
Oh man, Mellow 2 times. Oh no, we got. There's something up here that I missed.
And I feel if you ask anybody that plays the game since the first day or first month, everybody feels the same.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like one or two, like, oh, you guys are hating the game for free. No, it's everybody thoughts.
It's not just me, or it's not just us that's just talking about it. You go anywhere, you're gonna hear these things. Go to the official Discord, you're gonna see people that are just kind of upset.
Official Discord is funny.
Yeah, but you're always gonna get those people that are like, "There's nothing wrong with the game, guys. The game's perfect."
Yeah. Unfortunately.
It's like, man, you think this is perfect, then that's something. That's something else. Most of the time, they're just being trolls.
You know what, Jitesh?
I
You're right. It's not negativity. It's more realistic, and you be more realistic. People are just gonna call you negative,
Yeah.
It is what it is,
We got 200. We got over 200 people voted. I mean, that says that people come in and then leave the stream.
Andy, I got a question.
What?
Why is Rogue ass so fat, sir?
That's what I'm saying, man.
It's like this thumbnail is wild.
I saw that thumbnail. I mean, I saw that Rogue picture and I was like, good God almighty. We could see her coming in, but man, that ass. That ass. Oh man, it's a car, man. That's the only thing right now. That's the only thing that I know that it's coming that I'm excited for. I'm not excited for the SQAUD PvP. I'm not excited for that. I'm excited for Savage Land and what could potentially be happening. I'm not even that excited for the 1 year anniversary because I don't think, they really have to surprise me. But Savage Land is the only thing that I'm waiting for, and I don't think it's gonna come soon. It's not gonna come soon. It's gonna be and then what is it? It's gonna be in the summer, so they literally can wait till the end of the summer if they wanted to, and be like, we said it's the summer. We never said when in the summer. We just said the summer. But yeah, Savage Land coming in. X-Men has a big part of in there. And I feel like we might see a lot more characters coming in here as NPCs. But Scarlet showed up as an NPC. Let's not forget about that.
I will say this. The one thing Netmarble has done.
Scarlet.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That Scarlet NPC was not Scarlet.
Yeah, I know, freaking hella. But I will say this: the one thing that I do love about Netmarble is they stuck to their guns by saying this is not an Avengers game, this is a Marvel game, because the last two updated characters were essentially mutant related, if you want to be technical.
Mhm.
So I am very on board of them constantly releasing mutants. Like I don't care if the next 5 characters are literally all mutants, honestly.
They said we're not making this is not an Avengers game, so they could be this
Yeah.
is an X-Men game.
It's an X-Men.
Sold! Sold! Bring us Wolverine, Deadpool.
I know, right?
There's a lot of X-Men they can bring in here. Professor X as the companion.
Wait, do we have any? Do we don't even have any X-Men companions, do we yet? No.
No.
Interesting.
Not
I wonder
that
who's gonna be the
I
first.
remember.
Professor X gonna be a companion. Mark my words.
He'll be rolling around with you.
Maybe his companion ability would be like a sidekick shield.
Yeah.
Throw him down, and he's just rolling on his wheelchair, walking you around with you, keeping you safety.
Then sometimes he gets stuck because there's like some muddy roads or something, so he can't go with you.
Or they could bring Professor X from the Krakow arc.
Is that the one where he's wearing a mask?
Scarlet Witch is an Avenger.
It's the
That's just debatable.
The one that it's being published now. In the
Oh,
next year.
okay.
With Magneto, Apocalypse, everyone
Yeah.
together.
I'll be down if they the next.
That would be sick.
Yeah, the Dark Domain was it had a lot of Dark Domain, and we got Ghost Rider and stuff like that. Stuff of characters that are related to that Dark Domain story. Now, Savage Land, what's related to Savage Land? X-Men. We already got Captain Marvel. She has a story in that as well.
But remember, they are merged. Maybe Wakanda, it's related as well.
Yeah, they could be. Yeah, they can throw Wakanda in there because it's I'm pretty sure
But
Adam
it's
Warlock.
Wakanda.
Adam Warlock will come out too because we're gonna see Gamora and the full Guardians of the Galaxy.
I don't know if you remember when we played with Star-Lord, he says like everybody is dead. Gamora, Groot, Drax, and that Star-Lord that we get as an NPC. I would love to see what happened to them.
Well, from what I remember, he was saying that we're taken and he's trying to look for him in Savage Land. And he has a tracker that tracks Groot, and he's following that tracker.
No, not or Star-Lord, the other one.
Oh,
That it's friends with Raccoon that give us the mission. And
Oh man, you looking way too
They-
much into that. They probably not going to explore none of that.
if Savage Land they talk,
would be nice,
But-
would be.
but if they talk about
story.
if Savage Land comes out, right, and then they start adding more to that story for Star-Lord, right? The story of Star-Lord is looking for the Guardians, and if they add more to that, and then they bring in the Guardians saying like, "Well, you found us," blah blah blah. If they do that, that means that we will get a symbiote story with Spider-Man.
Oh my God, what is it called?
Yeah, and that bring
Sorry.
why they don't
Hold on, G.
the
Hold on, G.
symbiotes suit already.
Give me one moment. What was it, Indy? They're going to give us what update?
If SQAUD comes out and it continues
Right.
the story from Star-Lord, and Star-Lord's story from Mission 1 is him trying to find the Guardians of the Galaxy, that means that they're going to probably continue the story for Spider-Man's first mission, which involves the Green Goblin and Carnage symbiote. And then before they make you do PvP, there's 3 Spider-Mans in there talking about how their Venom in their universe is stronger than the other Venom in the other Spider's universe. And they're like, yeah, right. You think your Venom is stronger than mine. You haven't fought Carnage. And then the third Spider-Man's like, you think that's bad? Try to fight a whole army of symbiotes trying to eat my brains.
That reminds me of this Spider-Man cartoon where Spider-Man jumped through like a portal. He ended up with like Miles Morales, and they was talking about Green Goblin. He said, "Oh yeah, your Green Goblin looks like that. That has nothing to do with mine." And then like his Green Goblin was like huge and monstrous, had some back wings.
Yeah.
I was like oh,
damn.
Jesus. I was like, my God.
And if they are planning to do something like that, that would explain why we don't have the symbiotic suit for Spider-Man.
That's what I'm saying. And that is the most popular suit that anybody, when they play in a game and you know that you can change his suit, the first thing I'm going to look for is the symbiote suit. That's the first one I'm going to look for. They never have it. They have one that kind of resembles this, like a purplish one,
Maybe I'm
but
pronouncing
it's
this
still
shit
not the
wrong.
same.
Recently, I was pretty disappointed they don't bring the classic Scarlet Witch uniform. I was pretty
Yeah, the classic Scarlet Witch uniform wasn't involved. I was so surprised. I was like, that's a guaranteed one to have. And then they didn't involve that. I was like, oh, come on, man.
I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I was kind of
like
disappointed.
Magic. When Magic drops in, I was like, they need to put the Phoenix suit from Avengers versus X-Men, but they
Nah,
didn't.
they're not gonna probably do that until like actual. If the game gets there, they're probably not gonna do that until like the Phoenix Saga. In all honesty,
Yeah.
That's why I'm trying to hope they didn't put that suits because they are planning to release one day.
I'm pretty sure that if there's a region coming out, right? If they're going to do a story with symbiotes, that
Oh
means
my
they're
God.
making a region, and the region would be kind of like Dark Domain. Everybody has their Dark Domain suit, then everybody would be venomized with the symbiote. They can do like a Null.
They can bring new.
They can bring Null
the
in.
story.
Because he's the god of the symbiote. So, and who knows? Because when Thor: Love and Thunder comes out, Gore the God Butcher gets his sword that gives him the powers to kill gods
From Null.
from Null, the king of symbiotes. That's why.
That's why I'm saying next month it's a huge thing for
Yeah.
the game.
So I'm
a
like,
huge
what the
thing.
hell's going on here? Are they gonna start revealing more of that symbiote? Because Null uses that symbiote power. He just uses it in a different way. I wonder. That's why. That's one of the main
Guys.
things I'm excited for that movie. It's like I'm
someone
just waiting.
just said make Phoenix Magic a buyable cosmetic.
Phoenix Magic.
I guess that is so.
They won't make it a buyable cosmetic. They'll put it in a gacha system. There's a new magic costume. What do you get? You gotta pull.
Boy, hey, I remember when they made the Avengers in-game uniforms $44. That shit was nuts.
Yeah.
$44.
$44 for the end game.
Everybody, all the
and-
YouTubers was like, "What the hell is this?"
Godslave, what, didn't he buy the whole thing?
Unfortunately,
Mm-hmm. But I remember he was doing work with that.
Think about it.
But yeah, and if they do the symbiote story with Spider-Man, bringing Null in as like the main baddie, then they have something to work with. They have Carnage go out there roaming around. Imagine that. Like they add Carnage in here, they add Venom, then they add Null as the main guy.
can bring
You're fighting this
Venom,
symbiote
yeah.
army, and now everybody has their own symbiote Venomized outfit. Obviously, Spider-Man's gonna be the best one. But everybody has like this Venomish look to them now. And then you have Venom as one of like the new Blitz or something where you fight both Venom and Carnage. Oh man.
Would be very, very sick. Or at the Green Goblin Carnage as well, like 3 enemies.
Yeah. They already have the Green Goblin, the Red Goblin, which is Red Goblin mixed with the Carnage symbiote. But at the end of that story,
could bring
after you defeat the Red Goblin, you never really defeat him. The Red Goblin, Carnage leaves the Green Goblin, and then you can hear Green Goblin saying the symbiote is rejecting me, and then he runs away. So that means the Carnage is trying to get off of the Green Goblin and go somewhere else. So they got to continue that story. That's where Venom comes in. Come on, Venom. You see Midnight Suns? Oh, they're throwing Venom in there.
I want that game so bad. I ordered a key for my stream almost a year ago in a site. I hope I do get it. I love the how Venom looks. It was
in the Midnight Suns.
amazing. Yeah, did you see the last trailer?
Yeah, I saw him when he was there, and then they were fighting him, and
Scarlet Witch was exactly how he looks in the Dark Domain outfit.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if that game is using Venom and stuff like that, and then they're making, and Venom is coming out in Spider-Man, the third Spider-Man game, and Wolverine's
Yeah,
coming out. That
so,
means that
next year-
game
next year.
publishers have the, they're like, they probably got the green, like, hey, you guys can use Wolverine and Venom. So these other games are putting them in there. It's just we're waiting for Marvel to throw in these guys. Because if you look at the Midnight Suns, you see all the characters. Most of them we already have in Marvel Future Revolution.
Yeah, almost everybody.
Yeah. So I think that's a big
Well,
clue.
I think the only one that we don't have in here as anything, it's Wolverine.
Yeah, Wolverine. Who else? Blade. Oh wait,
Blade.
is Blade an NPC in this game?
No.
Yeah, we need to
I
get.
forgot. about
Yeah,
Blade.
they're probably gonna add Blade. I won't be surprised if Blade NPC, Blade Companion drops soon.
Yeah, we almost have everybody from
Yeah.
Night Suns original in this game. We
Yep.
have Punisher, we have Daredevil, Moon Knight.
We could get. They could even introduce Venom and Blade and Wolverine in the Savage Land.
Yeah,
They could
I think it's something.
possibly, and that's why that's right now the only thing that's the reason why I haven't quit is because I'm just excited to see the next part of the story, and I just want to make sure my guy is even ready to be able to go through the story without having to be like, "Fuck, it's so hard." But I'm not
Damn.
gonna go ahead and go all out and pay and just be like,
Yeah.
I want to be and compete in PvP. Like, no, I'm not. I'm just gonna.
That's the luxury of Mindstorm, man. Any PVE content, I ain't gotta worry about it.
So that's why I'm still, playing. It just that alone, that excites me.
Oh,
But right now, damn, I feel the drought though.
you know what's crazy? It took you almost 2 hours to get to the question in your video.
That's how you
I
get
feel-
people to keep watching, man.
I feel if we what keeps me playing the game, it's the feeling that
Mhm.
if the game lasts 2, 3, 4 years, if we that didn't not stop with the game, we will be rewarded. That's what I'm hoping for, because I see a lot of people that comes and goes in the game, and they didn't grow up with the events and everything else.
Mhm.
I feel that the check-in with the special box, it was like they are trying to hold players,
Yeah. Like they're just trying to hold people in. Like, oh, don't leave yet. We got this event. Come on, you want to. You want to.
And I was surprised because I was was expecting something like that in the 1-year anniversary, not like in a
Yeah.
random event,
Yeah, that's leading up to the 1-year anniversary, basically. So if that's what that is, I'm curious to see. Well, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. If you guys are like holding your breath for the 1-year anniversary, then I can 100% guarantee you should, because Netmarble's 1-year anniversaries are always kind of insane, to be honest with you guys. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Insane Wallace,
Huh?
insane with
Insane in a good way. Like they just give away a lot of free stuff. Like Marvel Future Fight, they give away like free tier 3s, Transcended. And then what?
and there is good because they
Yeah,
give a whole month rewards.
Yeah, and then 7 Deadly Sins. They literally give out a copy of like one of the strongest characters in the game. And then Ninu just had their 1-year, well, their 1-year anniversary is still going on, and now they just brought in like new weapons, giving everyone at least one for free and all of that jazz. So the 1-year anniversary is going to be fine, and the player base might, spike up like always does in Netmarble games for 1-year anniversary. The biggest problem with Netmarble games is how do you keep those players after the 1-year anniversaries, which is something they have not been able to figure out how to do, unfortunately.
Bring content. That's all.
That's what I'm
Easy.
saying. They just don't do it.
They're just lazy. They are lazy.
They don't do it.
I feel they don't have enough devs working on in the game.
Yeah.
It's a Marvel game that don't have enough devs working in this game as would should be. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I think the team needs to be like 3 or 4 times bigger to bring us every month content and feel like an MMO. You know, I don't feel this game is a MMO because we don't grind anything. We don't grind anything in here. Oh, you want a companion? You need to spend. Oh, you want a uniform? You need to spend. Oh, a card? You need to spend. You
Right?
don't have
Yeah.
anything to grind as an MMO. I don't feel this game is an MMO. You know.
And the crafting is bad. That's supposed to be like one of the main things about MMOs. You're supposed to have good crafting. I don't.
They announced this thing and they posted on YouTube, a crafting event. I don't see no pop up in here about it.
I just, I'm not. I guess if you guys want to say crafting the special badges is good, but like, is that the crafting or is that just the special badge system itself? Me, I think it's just the special badge system itself, but I think overall the crafting is still terrible.
Yes, it's
I think
collecting
if they
Trinity
open a
fragments.
mode, we can grind would be nice already. Would be fair to free to play players. So,
So this thing was already out. This crafting event was already posted on June 8th. And then just barely yesterday on YouTube or the YouTube channel and probably on their Facebook or Twitch, they finally promoted
Twitter,
it there. Twitter,
I
Twitter.
saw it in Twitter.
They finally I'm like, you should have promoted this in the beginning when it first came out.
That's why I'm saying that the marketing it's broken. They don't know how to do marketing.
Yeah, they don't.
Hey,
They'd be like, hey, the big anniversary is here. Come check it out. You go and check it out. And people are going to be like, yeah, that happened last week, man. Like, what the hell? Yeah, you missed out. But yeah, a lot of people are going to be waiting. They're going to be waiting. And then I bet you a lot of people are staying on. I'm like, all right, I'm going to wait until, say, first year anniversary. I'm going to see what they're going to throw out. And if they don't wow anybody, if it's the same thing and we still have to be on a guessing game, I'm pretty sure that's going to be a lot of the last straw for a lot of people.
Andy, I just saw a thing in the Twitter. When you go in the Twitter and you can see who else is following the page,
Mm-hmm.
I just see that Marvel Midnight Suns official page from the game follows Marvel Future Revolution.
Oh,
Would be that something?
I'm pretty sure that they are gonna be. They might even like add a companion from that game. You know what I mean? Inspired by Midnight Suns.
See this,
Here's Blade,
before.
and I think Blade might be the one. I think they might release Blade and then be like Blade from inspired by Midnight Suns as a new companion.
Yeah, that would be
Venom.
nice.
And they're kind of they're helping each other out by that way.
Wolverine next year. Wolverine has a game. And
Yep.
we got Venom in the Spider-Man. If they crossed ways
We got
with
Juicy in the
their
chat.
games,
What up, Juice? Juice
Yeah,
the juice.
He said the game is way better than launch. I don't know if you want to tackle that. Do you want to tackle that?
It's way better than launch.
Like the game is way better than it was at launch.
that depends. I think.
It depends how you.
Content? Yes.
It depends how you see it.
I
But-
mean, if you guys want to tackle it, you feel me?
It's only like if you are a brand new player, it's if you're a brand new player coming into this game, yeah, you're like, oh, man, this is not bad in the beginning, But if you are like a veteran player, how can you still?
Yeah,
can you
I'm gonna be
still be
honest with
happy?
you. I'm gonna be honest with you. So I'm gonna just go ahead and say this. I think that the launch of this game doesn't mean anything because, like, at this point, it would matter if this game was just going against itself, right? Which
Yeah.
was kind of the case for like the first what 7-8 months of this game's life cycle. I mean, I guess you could say it was competing with Lost Ark, but we know like that's just like is in its own realm. But now you have two juggernauts that just came out globally, both MMOs, both in your same role playing category. Marvel Future Revolution is not, it's not competing with itself. So the game has to be more than just better at launch. It has to be better than those two games. And I think that's kind of what a lot of people want the game to be, instead of just better than launch, unfortunately.
And then the other thing that was said by in that one video called Let's Go Whaling, with the CEOs talking about how they monetize, how they trick people into start spending money. They're like, make the game so, or maybe I heard it somewhere else, but you make the game so pay to win in the beginning. That way, when you finally make some changes, they're just a little bit better. I mean, a little bit better than the main one. It looks way better.
Yeah,
so people can be like, oh, it's better than the beginning.
Yes, and that's the thing that me and Lords was trying to tell everyone, like in the beginning of the game when they were like doing quote unquote all these changes that's supposed to be good. We're like, okay, yeah, they said they increased the drop rates, but then you go look at the drop rates and it was like went from 0.1 to 0.3, and they're like, yeah, they increased the drop rates, but it's still trash. Or when we was gonna boycott the transmutation, and they were like, hey, okay, we're gonna change it from crystals because everybody was uproar about that one, and it was just like, now we're gonna just make it gold, and then we're just like, okay, that's good, but the issue with the game is the RNG. But so the RNG is still there. It didn't fix it. So when it came out, it still pissed people off because it was hella RNG. But since it was crystals first, everybody was just like, okay, now it's gold. We can't complain because they changed it from crystals. And we're just like, no, it's still trash. Either way, it's still trash. But, you know, just a lot of people were... They took whatever it was, man. They took they starved us so much in the beginning. That's why some people were like praising Training Grounds, and then we're just like, yo, like this isn't really going to drop much, and now you got to pay tickets to do more hours, and then we're just like, nah, this ain't it, Chief.
It's like I come out. It's like, okay, so that's they dropped the $89.99 bundle, right? That bundle is so bad.
Goodness.
It's so bad, but that's the point. That's the anchor. That's the anchor. The anchor is something so bad that these other little ones start looking way better because of the main bad one. So the same thing with the beginning of the game when it was released. That was their anchor, and now any update they do it's gonna be better. So people are gonna be like, but it's way better than it was in the beginning. Like, yeah, but the game's still shit.
Yeah.
There's still nothing to do.
I don't agree with the part with the monetization, because I don't know if you guys remember, I talked about it minutes ago. The Baby Groot specs. Remember, it was 2,000 crystal for like I don't remember, it was 20 tickets for 2,200. I keep messing with numbers. It was this and give us this amount of tickets.
2,000, yeah.
In the chat. Yeah. Remember that pack in the first month in the game? They didn't bring that again. It was something that free-to-play players enjoyed very much.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. So it's like most people have most of the people that were here in the beginning are gone, and then there's a lot of new players running around, and then we're starting to see people slowly just fade away, and then yesterday we had Godslave just say it's enough. So it's just like the amount of time I put in here is like nothing compared to the amount of time I used to put in here. But then as I slowly kept playing, I'm like, man, nothing's really, they're adding stuff in here, but it's always going to be the same thing. You know, we saw that with the core booster. It's like, all right, we want to grind every day and have unlimited. They're going to have some way in there where it's going to include something stupid. It's going to ruin it. It's like, how the hell are they going to ruin it? Well, how the hell were they going to ruin core booster? I mean, the core chance. They found a way. So So it sucks, and because I mean, right now you can sit here and be like, the game's just way better than what it used to be, and now it's like it's amazing. It's not amazing. I mean, you just fell into what they were trying to. They got you.
Yeah,
They
from the
fully got
beginning.
you.
Yeah, and from the beginning, I seen all of this shit, and I was kind of like, "Yo, dog." I was like, "Yo, dog." Am I the only person that sees this? Like, I was real like that. And then I remember Indy made a video. This is how I very first met Indy. It was like the Halloween update. And I was like, yo, this dude is spitting facts because he sounds like me. I'm like, thank God I'm not the only person that feel this way. And I'm just like, yeah, let me go ahead and subscribe to this guy. Because I swear, in the very beginning of this game, I tried so hard not to be cynical, but like, I just looked at every single tactic that I have ever seen in Gotcha games, and I'm just like, dog, they're doing like the bare minimum, and then like people were just like, oh, they're listening, or they're making changes, and I'm just like, okay, maybe I'm the toxic one, so I don't know what it, but I felt like it, and clearly they definitely was using everything in the book, so
Yep. Because I remember I was like always thinking big. Oh, the next update's coming. It's going to be big. They're going to reveal something big. And then finally, it's because I never knew Netmarble the way I know Netmarble now. I was my first game, mobile game playing. I didn't know Netmarble's history. And then I started seeing, that these updates that were coming were like not anywhere where I thought they were going to be. And then I was like, my expectations just kept lowering. And I'm like, okay. And then just now to the point where like, okay, I'm literally playing so I can just I'm waiting for Savage Land, and then I'm doing just basically my dailies. I'm not doing 100% of my dailies. I do my blitzes. If I'll do a raid, sometimes I'll skip a raid, especially I don't do the special operations. Then I went back into DZ. Then I just stopped going DZ because it's just the time is just too late for me now. But it's just to the point where it's like they now. All right, man. Thanks for coming into the voice chat, Slade.
Yes, sir.
Bye, guys.
I actually didn't know your English was that good, because every time I watch your stream, you're speaking like in your native tongue. So
I always, if you drop by and I know you there, I speak in English.
Yeah.
I found my English is rusty because I learned by myself. I didn't go to school or something like that to learn.
That's why good, man. It's good.
Forgetting numbers.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. You're good. You're good, brother.
Thanks for the chat. Sorry for anything if I...
No, it's all good, man.
No, you're good.
See you later, guys.
Bye. All right, man. Take care.
Right.
You too.
But like the way everything is set up, and then especially when you're watching, when we watched that video a couple days ago where the CEO is talking about how they trick people, and you're sitting there and I'm like, I admit they got me. Because I was, because I was like, there's no way, they didn't trick me and stuff like that. But when I saw that the things that they do, I was like, oh wow, it definitely works. It definitely works.
I got.
Yep, they got my ass. And then these little things that pop up just like this, they pop up. Oh wait, I have 23 hours, and oh man, look at this. They give us an $89.99 bundle, so all these small, shorter bundles look good. And it's like I feel like if anniversary comes and there's nothing crazy, I'm gonna go back to free to play.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. I know I say this game has never gotten me. I'll lie. I'll stop lying. They got me one time. It was a 6-star freaking core offer for $89.99. My ugly ass thought, I'm gonna get this star badge and it's gonna be red or green. I bought that shit and I got HP recovery.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
the only time this game got me, and I said, "Oh man, I'm disgusting for that."
Yeah. So right now, I mean, to be honest, defending the game and being like, this game is perfect. I mean, I'm not saying this game is good. It's still in a good state and stuff like that. It's just, the game's in trouble. The reality is the game's in trouble, and it's right now going through a slow phase. And I don't really see if I believe it's still going to stay another year or two. But if this game doesn't pick up, it's gonna be a long 2 more years. And you definitely, people are slowly going to keep dropping and then more mobile games will be coming out that are going to be probably following the footsteps of Diablo or Ni no Kuni, because they're seeing the money they're putting in and they're just like, okay, let's just do what they're doing good and see what we can do, and they'll probably do better. But right now, like, you know, if coming in here and being that like, oh, it's just like if the core booster coming out, right, and just saying like, oh, it's nothing comes out perfect, it can get fixed. That's not the right mentality, not the right mindset. It's like, don't, because then they're just gonna bring out trashy updates, and then they can just be like, don't worry guys, we'll improve it. It's just like coming out with a broken game. You know what I mean? If you're going by that like logic, then that means anybody can come out with something trash and use the excuse of, don't worry, we're gonna improve this. That's not acceptable. It shouldn't be okay for that to be acceptable.
Soon TM. That's what we call it in the console community. It's when they be like, we're gonna fix it soon, but then they don't give a time on it, so we just call it soon TM.
Yeah. So it's just, and that's how it is. And it's like, it's gonna suck, guy, because then you're gonna get to a point where they start adding, what if they start adding more modes in here where you need your whole squad, right? You need your whole squad. Now the people that were only feeding their mains are just gonna be limited to one portion to the game.
Yeah, and when I really tell you guys that this game never really got me from the start, I've been building my alt since the start of this game. I never ever invested all in one character because I knew this game was going to pivot in that direction, because I know how Netmarble works, especially when I seen like the first 2 months of numbers, and I was just like, okay, it looks like this one character building thing isn't going to work out. They're definitely going to make us build other characters. So
yeah,
that's why you never see me pivot on one character. That's why you guys never see me like push very high in PvP when I probably could have. Like, in all honesty, if I wanted to, and if I like actually fell for the systems they had in place, my storm would probably be about 2 million right now, decked out, bubble build, top 10 dimensional duel, top 10, not top 10 Omega War, maybe like top 30 Omega War, being a cancer's butthole. But I spread so much of my wealth that way all my characters can be like at a decent level.
Yeah, that's where my money went. It spread out through the whole squad. I stopped feeding my main, and then I just started building like Scarlet Witch, all the other ones. I'm trying to do the whole squad. They want to build their whole squad. All right, let me try to build it. I see that it's freaking we have a fodder problem, and it needs to get improved. You know what I mean? So it's like they made it. It was so bad in the beginning. They made it so bad in the beginning so that any little thing, anything that they add, that's as long as it's not bad as the way it was in the beginning, people are gonna be like, it's still better.
Yeah,
it's still better.
Mean, you know what he's talking about, and this is the biggest. This right here is the biggest corporate of it. When this game first released, regional gear should have never been as hard as it was to get. Now, if you want to make special costumes that hard to get, then yes, do that, because those are. But regional gear should have always been something that you actually grind for.
Yeah.
Which is why when you see updates like the calendar having regional gear, or like the battle challenge having like, you know, that one first time clear reward, and you get like a full regional set. That's why, and I knew that's why like people, you know, called me toxic, because I was like never happy or anything, because all those changes was things that I looked at and I said, that shit that should have been in the game since day one. I'm not going to reward you or like congratulate you for doing the bare, like that shit in other games that already exist. So like the fact that it took them that long to do it just shows me like they was doing the tactic that you said that they doing. We're going to make it worse in the beginning. That way when we sprinkle it in over time, everybody would think that, oh, look,
Yep.
we are trying and we do care. Because in
Yep.
my mind, it was just kind of like, no, you purposely held off on that
Yep.
on purpose. So
Yep. And that's what's just gonna keep on happening. It's gonna keep on happening. But yeah, man, Jesus Christ. Man.
I know, right?
How long have we been streaming?
I don't know, but these talks can last forever, man.
I know,
they
man.
really can.
I know, just because once you start going, once you touch on something, it's just you can just go off. I mean,
Yeah.
we all have stuff in here. Why? Everybody has their own reason why they haven't quit yet. Some people just have gotten real lucky, had good RNG. Some people just are all in for the way it is, and they just they could be just whales and they enjoy one-shotting people, and then
Yeah.
that's what gets them keep playing it. And it's okay, but everybody has their own reason. For me, the biggest thing that's hurting the game is the how unbalanced it is,
Yeah.
and how everything is just forced to get you to follow their system of trying to get you addicted.
Yeah.
There's
yeah,
nothing
man.
that gets added in here that's just here you go. Just
Yeah.
that only applies to logins. The login
Yeah.
is only like, oh, here's this. That's it. But that's only to get you to come in every day. You can literally just come in, log in, and just get the rewards and just chill, and then take a break from this game, come back, and you won't be that, you won't be that far off. I mean, you'll still
Yeah,
be.
that's what I'm saying. Like, dude, there are people who, like, let's say in the past 2 months, somebody has not touched the game in the past 2 months. I swear to you not. If they were placing 100 in PvP, they can come back and they will still place 100 in PvP, even though they have not touched the game in 2 months.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and one thing I will say to Marvel, one thing I will say, I think Marvel Future Revolution, it did a damn fantastic job in tricking the whales. I will say that.
Yeah. They
got him.
Yep.
They got him. They got him. Unfortunately, they got him.
It's crazy, man. It's just crazy the way they're doing some things. So like the story mode, they did a good job with the story mode. That's why I'm still playing. I'm just waiting for the next part of the story. But if it's definitely not for PvP, or else I'll be trying to grind to try to. Well, I can't say grind because that's not. There's no grinding in this game.
Yeah, there's no grinding.
Yeah,
it's just play into the login comes in basically.
And now knowing how the core system was the last nail in the coffin of how they're gonna implement stuff in this game. Everything they're gonna add in this game is gonna be like, it's gonna be just it's never just gonna go straight to the point. It's gonna be like you have to go through all these loops and have all these stuff, and it's gonna need to check mark all these different boxes, and that's how everything. So like cosmetics. Oh, you guys wanted cosmetics? They're here. Here's a whole new. Now, when the draw section is going to have a new area where it says cosmetics section, or it's going to be added into the dimensional box, where now in the dimensional box, you can now get cosmetics, but that's going to just even increase the RNG, because now for the people that wanted to get the badges, now there's cosmetics, and there's people that are like, I don't want the damn cosmetics. Here we go. Here's some cosmetics.
Yeah, I always used to say this to people when they'd be like, when you argue with someone in the official forums, and they'd be like, they are listening. And I'm like, they're kind of listening, but it's like they give us the changes we asked for, but like in some fucked up leprechaun way. Like we'll ask for something and they give it to us, but it'd be like in the worst way possible, i.e. fixing the core system.
Yeah.
I was just like, bro, that's disgusting. I can't believe they did that.
I really
can't believe it, bro. I can't believe it. That's
juicy fruit.
Crazy.
You're making yourself look bad right now.
Oh my goodness, what's going on? Oh, he's talking about the grinding the. But here's the thing. I always say this. there are communities that need people like Juicy though.
That's what I'm saying. Like their main goal is to get somebody to come in, invest so much, and that's he's one of the examples.
Yeah.
He sees, he invested a lot of time. He sees this little pile of what other people have, they, like I was saying in my video, it's a little pile of shit. It's a little pile of shit. Everybody else sees it. It's a little pile of shit, but it's your pile of shit. You made that little pile of shit to what it is, and you invested time in it, and now it's like that's your baby. But to everybody else, they just see shit. You know what I mean? Like for me, my Iron Man is like, I feel like, hey, I built this. I've spent all this time. I spent all this time building Iron Man or Scarlet Witch or anybody on my squad. Take my whole squad. I'm like, man, I got him now to here. Here's where I have him. I have 4 that are at 1 million, and then I'm now bringing up this.
Yeah.
And then, but just everybody else is like, and they see the whole picture before they get, even play this game. They'll look at this and they'll just be like, holy shit. Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
For the people that are complaining about Diablo, I'm like, here, look at Marvel Future Revolution telling me the same thing. Like, what do you think about this game? Like,
they're probably like, holy shit.
They'll
that's
be like,
worse.
holy shit.
Fuck, you took that. Damn it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, I get you. I definitely get. Oh shit, what's that over there?
It's like the perfect way to do it. Like, I understand it's free to
No,
play.
nigga, that's oh!
I understand that it's free to play and they have to make money. I understand that. Here's the thing though, you gotta have 2 lanes. You can do the grinding, the free to play, where free to play can be, right? It's gonna be way longer, or you can have the and you have to have a pay to wait where you can just pay to get there faster. But there always has to be that one lane that can get you to that point. It's gonna be way longer, but it's there. And this game doesn't have that. Diablo has that.
Yeah.
When you think about it, it's there, but you can't. But trust me, in Diablo, if you want to compete in PvP, oh man, you can't be free to play. You have to pay. Oh, and then when it comes down to paying, and now if you want to be the best in PvP, now that's where you're gonna have to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars. That's where you're gonna have to spend a shit ton of money. Oh my god! But in this game, there's the pay to win that's clear as day. Sunlight is shining. There's people walking, and then there's the free to play route where there's like in construction. There's traffic, and there's like there's a guy there that has the stop sign, and it's like son of a bitch. You know what I mean? So they're adding these check-ins. So the check-ins events are the only thing where you're really getting anything really really good.
Yeah, unfortunately.
You know what I mean? So it's like, show me a free to play that is getting top rank. You don't really see that. A free to play getting top. So we're talking about he's getting the best rewards out there. Well, you got to spend a couple $100.
I'll be honest with you guys. I was free to play when I ranked 2nd in Battle Talents on New Stark City 2. And when I tell you guys the rewards don't feel that different being 2nd place or being 10th place, it really doesn't matter. Yeah. It doesn't. It's so insignificant, bro. That's kind of when I realized, I said, I don't need to push these ranks. I'm good.
That's what I'm saying. And that's the thing though. Like when you are free to play and then you're doing really good and it's like, oh man, I know I can hit top. That's when it's like, you want to start spending. Then you start spending and it's like, bam, they got you. Next thing you know, you're a couple $100 deep. That's the thing that sucks.
Yeah, man, it's. I'm not saying this game is pure dog shit, but nah, man, I'm saying this game is pure dog shit.
the graphics, the graphics, the story. I love the story. I love the graphics. I see opportunity in Alliance Raid. Alliance Raids. The rewards are not there. And then but if you're a whale and you want to go in and spend money and you get that dopamine from getting one shots, and it's like, oh man, all right, it's like, a whale gets all these kills, but let me see you get the same amount of kills with the team full of whales. I mean, you are a really good player. Let's see if that's the same thing with another team that has the same amount of good players. it's a different story. I think that's even more funner. But then there's the people that like love to go in there and just get like 100 to whatever amount, a huge amount of score. And I mean, you got a really good build. If you can do that at level 120, I have no problem. If you can do that in level 120, shit, you're doing something good, because that's where the top level players are playing. But if I do that in level 105, I'm a troll. I'm a troll if I do that, you know, because at 110 they put you at 120, which sucks, because I didn't know that. I thought at 110 I could still be in my different little bracket. But
no, I thought 110 was like you going against other 110s. Am I wrong? Was I wrong about that?
At 110 right now, Scarlet Witch, as soon as I went to 110, that's why I'm going 120, because it's putting me against other 120s. You'll see another 110 here and there, but most of the time I got one-shotted. So I was like, might as well go 120. If I'm going to get one shot, I might as well go all out and go to 120.
Oh, look at that. Look at the comment. Anybody can be greedy, but not anybody can be smart with the greed. He is 100% correct in the terms of Netmarble themselves is not that, like Ninu itself on base, it's not that greedy, right? Because it was made by a different company and they were smart with it. However, since Netmarble is, you know, in charge of marketing, the changes that they have made that have been greedy, we can clearly see that, bro, this is greed. Like in the other servers, the uniforms that come out, it's $6 per outfit for, you know, per character. And then after that, you can craft it in an event. Netmarble decided to take a whole different route for some reason. Now it's $26.99 for one outfit for one character. Like what in the world? like Netmarble is just not. They're not slick with it. They don't care. They're pretty much in your face with it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
It's like Netmarble. As soon as Netmarble comes in, we're like, all right, we're gonna get this. We're gonna add this implements, and then people that work so hard on the game, they're like, but that's gonna kill the game. That's gonna be good. And they're gonna be like, yeah, but we'll make this much amount of money though. It'll die, but we'll get this much amount of money though. And people won't like it. We'll lose it, but we'll get this amount.
So do you think they're gonna ever like merge SQAUD with NA East? You think they ever gonna merge you guys with us?
If players keep dropping the way they are, they have to. They have to do something. At least for now. What else they're gonna do? They have to keep on, you know, keeping people that are in there entertained. They got to keep on, especially the whales. The whales will have a whole new pond of new fishes, of free-to-play fishes from other servers now that they can one shot. They won't have to wait in, you know, they'll have a big pond. They'll have more other whales to compete with. You know what happens when whales compete with whales? Netmarble wins.
Yeah, and then that's the part where I said I think they really tricked the whales, because they made it seem like a lot of whales were kind of like, you know, OP, because, you know, they were going against weaker characters, or maybe they was going against a weaker whale at that time that just wasn't built correctly. And then all of a sudden, when all the whales started getting to each other's levels, then that's when your one-shot matches started turning into, oh, okay, this is going to take 2 minutes. Okay, it's not that bad. And then that 2 minutes, now it's starting to take the whole DD match. So now you're not feeling as powerful as you was before. And that's where I said I think that Netmarble definitely tricked the whales.
Oh, I'm saying, like, they can make some big changes anytime now, and people that wailed out were like, wait a minute, motherfucker, what are you guys doing? Why'd you guys, you know, Captain Marvel whales? You know, you had to get Captain Marvel. Didn't really shine until the end game, when you had her specialization tree up to a certain point, and you had to really invest in Captain Marvel. In time, you have to invest a lot of your time in Captain Marvel to get her to a point where you actually start seeing why she was so good. Now imagine all those people that saw her as like untouchable, and they start wailing on her, like, because they're like, oh shit, I see somebody literally not get, you know, just stay invincible the whole time, and they're like, I'm gonna wail out on her because she's the meta. Then all of a sudden she gets nerfed to the ground. It's like, what the fuck? People just switched. They had to add transmutation. They had to. That's why they added the transmutation. Not because of that physically, but maybe because they knew that anytime they can get nerfed to the ground. Well, yeah, man.
It's. I mean, I'm gonna pull up the chat because I kind of stopped looking because I was kind of getting overwhelmed by Juicy's comments.
Thinks I'm calling him out.
Okay, it's not bad in there. It's not bad in there.
V-Fly says nobody's returning. I only log in on each day because I've been playing since day one. I should imagine most day ones don't even do that. Probably not, man. Mastoris Moore says 90% of player suggestions are simple during your launch. Change your line code, easy fix.
Yeah, that's another thing. Like all the suggestions that people used to put in, like it wasn't like going to change the game fundamentally or anything like that. Like they were like simple changes. Like it was making it seem like we said, "Oh, take out PvP, only add in PvE." Like no, bro. We just said, "Why'd you take out PvE and DZ? We just put it back."
Yeah.
Oh, you nerfed my character? Then can you at least give me some sort of resources in the meat? Like that's all we was asking for. I didn't we weren't asking for the whole game to change.
Like the core system, right? We just asked for the to increase the chances and not make it like literally impossible to get a 5 to a 6 star. And instead they added this whole system into the game that's just like, what the hell? And it's just like, okay, so what if people start getting the 6 scores more easier, and then we've all been hoarding because they don't want us to hoard, and we have enough to get, maybe there's some people that have been hoarding way longer and they have way more stuff, and then they're able to get a whole bunch of 6 stars. Well, that means whales have more, they get stronger to fight a whale or something. Well, then whales have another competition. What happens when whales have competition? They spend more money. So, I mean, there we go.
Right. Yeah,
and then, and it's like, but at the end of the day, they need to, they can have 6-star cores. They're going to get strong, but they need to start, if they really want to compete at the top, they need to go invest in companions. They need to start spending with the companions.
Yep.
But to have the core booster do the way they did it was just like, come on.
Yeah, this game has a lot of hamster wheels, but they're not like good hamster wheels. They're kind of like bad hamster wheels, unfortunately. Like that whole core system, that's just another hamster wheel. But it's kind of like, why would anyone want to do that hamster wheel outside of a whale? You know what? I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I don't even think whales want to do that shit.
The hamster wheel?
No, the core system, like the new core system. I don't even think they want to do that.
I think it's just that's just gonna be it there. They're not really gonna fix it. It's just gonna be it. They already did it. All right, it's done. Let's go. Let's move on to the next thing. They don't have enough time to stop what they're doing and just go back and fix something. The only thing they'll do that on is for like the server lag or something, or if something's not spelled right, they'll have everybody jump on it. But for God forbid, if it's something where it's just changing a percentage, oh no, we don't have time for that. We got to make a whole system.
Yeah, and if your goal is to like try to milk the whales, then don't come out with a system that's like super time consuming, because that whole, that system that they got going on with the core, like that's super time consuming to sit there and like feed that thing the whole time. Like the reason whales spin is to save time. You think they want to just sit there and just click through that the whole day?
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. It just saves time. I'm not saying we should just, take away the stuff from that the whales have. No, you got to give stuff for the whales. Mm-hmm. But where they're really lacking in is the fact that for free to play, it's just like, shit, man. You guys are forcing us to pay. You guys come on too strong in the beginning.
Hell no, not even for free to play, for mid tier to play too. Shit. Only people that's ever been eating in this game is whales, honestly. But even then, whales are kind of like we're really not eating like that. Like it's pretty terrible up here too.
That's why the new thing is people like you build up your guy to like 70 and you stay in low level PvP. And then you'll have fun and free to play.
Like yeah, you will see a whale walking around with like the most dopest gear or something like that. But then when they tell you like that was kind of like the most miserable time ever that they had to go through to get that gear because they probably went like 2,000 deep because they couldn't just pull the one chest piece that they want. Like even for whales, that doesn't feel good.
No, it does not. That's what I'm saying. I just like if they just give, let us grind, we can grind it out. It's gonna take a while, but there's people out there that are willing to grind. And what's gonna happen? They're gonna have to spend all this extra time, and then there will be people that spend all that extra time. What happens after they're done? They just invested a lot of time on your game. What's gonna happen? That's gonna increase the chances of them eventually being like, well, let me drop 99 cents. Let me drop another 99 cents. I've already spent this many hours. Might as well. Oh, look at how good I've got. Imagine if I just start spending, I can, knows the potential.
Yeah. I'm not saying why they
couldn't. Yeah, so I'm
just...
saying. I'm not saying take away the pay, you shouldn't be able to pay. And then, no, it's like, you got to make your money as well. It's just, I don't like it how there's like, no, you can't grind.
Yeah, that's always been my number one problem with this game is, I've always said this from the beginning, man. There's no cap on spending, but there's a cap in grinding. That's a recipe for disaster.
Yep.
If you're gonna do it that way, like again, this is why I hold both Ninu and Marvel Contest of Champions to higher regards because there's cap. Okay, let me take that back. There's no cap on spending in Ninu because Nato kind of showed that shit. So, but at least in Marvel Contest of Champions case, there was a guy who went 20k deep for one character. Kabam seen that, and I kid you not, they said, oh no, we're not going to do this. They shut down the whole server. They went in there, and they changed it so no one can spend essentially more than $2,000 in one day, because what they did was the offers that was inside the store, they put it so you can only buy that offer 3 times in one day. So, and then they have put the arena in there. Now the free-to-play players, if they wanted to, they could grind arena all day to get those same units, so it kind of balanced out. And it's like if you're not gonna put a cap on spending, then you can't put a cap on grinding. Unfortunately, like you have to let us grind all day if our hearts want to be like that.
And if the goal is for you guys to keep people coming back, if we are able to grind, we're not even gonna leave.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll still be here.
Fuck it. If training grounds was unlimited, I'd fucking sit in training grounds all day.
Yeah. I don't think training grounds would be grindable. I think that would be that's still gonna be a spot where you can gain experience and stuff like that. And the rewards will be better. It would make sense for that to happen. But outside of it, you'll be getting something out of it though.
No, this is what it should do. This is what it should do. You should have it to a point where you have tickets, right? And you have your free little 3 hours each week. So in those 3 hours, it's increased reward drop. And then the tickets allows you to boost it up to 9 hours, increased rewards drop. And then maybe in that period, that's when you see more of the 4 stars dropping with a better, ratio on them. I'm not saying drop them like, no, actually, I'm actually saying drop them like crazy because the fodder in this game is trash anyway. So make it drop like crazy in that 3 hour span. And if they want to spend to get more hours on that, let them on the tickets, increase it to 9 hours, whatever it is now. But then once that 3 hours is over, don't lock people out of training grounds. Let people still go in there and grind it as much as they want to, but don't have it be like, that increased reward drop. Maybe it's just like the normal reward drop, or like maybe 50% of the normal reward drop. But whatever it is, they definitely need to like refix the system, in my opinion, because I'm not the biggest fan of being locked out of the grind like that.
That's what I'm saying.
And then with that system, now you don't have people like Indy and me saying 4 stars is a myth. A mythical tail. I seen a unicorn before I seen 4-star gear drop.
If anybody gets a Force Gears drop, screenshot it, put it on the Discord. You'll be a legend. Like, the myth has been foretold.
No, Juicy, that's
one.
literally that's not greedy. That's literally how it works in Ni no Kuni, bro. I'm not even lying to you. You can grind the chaos field as long as you want to, but the potions that we have in here, they're kind of like the tickets of training grounds. And once you use those tickets or those potions, it gives you increased XP and increased reward drop. Now, outside of that, it's pretty it's definitely a grind, but with that on, it's much more easier. That's kind of where I got this idea from. Like, Netmarble has already implemented these things. Everything that I'm saying right now, Netmarble has already implemented in a whole different game. So I'm not saying why it can't be in Marvel Future Evolution.
Yep. That's what I'm saying. It just doesn't make sense. That's what and that's the other thing is, like, you know, I say let us grind stuff like that. You know, you're gonna get people who are just gonna be like, oh, then, you know, you want them to wipe your ass too and stuff like that. It's like, no, it's not. We're not asking for much. We're just asking for let us grind. Bro. 1-star fodder drops, and it just increase the rewards for stuff. Alliance raid, you get it for what?
Yeah, man.
What reason should I do my Alliance raid for?
I mean, I'm not in. I'm gonna be real with you guys. Yes, wipe my ass for me too, because like clearly you guys have been like just destroying us from behind since the beginning of launch. So if you gotta wipe our ass a couple of times, we'll go ahead and do it at this point. But no, from if the game just came out and it was in this state what it is right now, then no, like let's not wipe our ass, because I think where the game is right now, it is like, let's say if the game released where it is right now, I'll probably have a lot less to complain about, but I would still be asking for like maybe an infinite grind somewhere if possible.
Yeah.
But you know, we've been
little rewards.
Yeah, exactly. But you know, we've been through the ringer so long. A lot of these changes are kind of like, yeah, cool, but like you're kind of like 2 months late on that now. Like, what's going on here?
Mm-hmm.
And that's why you guys never see me say, hey, don't join this game. Like I've always said, look, if you're going to be a new player and you're going to be a low spender or free-to-play player, then yes, jump in this game. Because for you, this game has a lot of shit to do.
But you're eventually going to hit the... as a free-to-play, if you're a free-to-play and you don't care about hitting in the top ranks, you know, you could have... There's a lot of things to do, but then you're going to get to a point where you go in and all you're doing is your dailies. And then you start doing the dailies, but then the rewards are just not going to be enough to get you to the next level.
Yeah, that's one of the unfortunate things. A lot of new players came from Scarlet Witch and they love playing Scarlet Witch, but like they kind of got done with the story mode. And I remember this. There was a couple new people in that came from Scarlet Witch. They finished the story mode. The Scarlet Witch was like 101, and they had hit DD. And I don't think you guys realize how like hard DD is for like new players. But they kind of like hit that DD wall, and they're like, okay, so I see I have to grind this character a little bit so I can get stronger to move through this story mode. But they come into World Chat and they ask us, what do I do to get my character stronger? And like there's not really much to tell them. We be like, yeah, I mean, like do your dailies, but like outside of their dailies, what do we tell them? They can go do training grounds, but like we all know training grounds doesn't really drop much. So it's like, what do we tell the new people? I don't want to tell somebody, yeah, go try to like push in like battle challenge to get top 100. To get, you know, a chance at a 5-star badge. So it's very hard for new players to stick around because of the way the end game grind is set up, unfortunately.
It's just bad. And if their motto is like how if a whale competing against a whale, who's the real winner? You know, that marble, right?
Yeah.
Because they're spending. So why not give more competition to the whales? Like, why are you holding people back? Drop some more fodder. I'm not saying give us some crazy RNG. Just there's times where they do a banner and people don't get what they do 100 pulls. People do a whole bunch of use up all their tickets and they don't get what that banner is saying. Just increase it to at least you get it once.
Put it this way, me and a fellow companion of mine both were pulling on Scarlet Witch, right? I only got one Eyes of Osiris head. She somehow got like freaking Lord knows how many, and I'm just sitting here like, bro, like you can't throw me a bone here. I get one and she gets like 20 of them. I'm like, oh my god. Hey, there's no way to grind it. No, man, it's just either your wallet or you spend for it. So it's like, man, this is tough. And there's nothing I could do about that at all either.
That's just how it is, man. I just hope they make the right changes. But this game was only in beta for 2 months?
2-ish and a half months.
They needed some longer than that. If they did it more than 2 months, they would have realized the problems and stuff like that. Because them having it out for 2 months, it's like they just kind of wanted to capitalize on the IP.
Yeah,
it could be I could be wrong. That's what it just looks like.
You're not wrong. The beta was supposed to stay in soft launch for an extended amount of time. The reason they pushed it up was due to soft launch came. A lot of people seen the game, right? And we were like, oh, okay, this is cool. We played it. But then very, very quickly, you seen how very pay to win it was. And I think Netmarble seen that take a hit to the game, which it definitely did. Because I know some friends of mine who kind of seen this game and they were hyped for it. And they were like, okay, it's that pay to win. F that. What's the in-game content looking like? Oh, it's that. Okay, F that. And then on top of that, they just kept nerfing things. Like there were so many things that did not need to be nerfed. If you want me to be honest with you guys, there was like one of the most free-to-play friendly options in this game where you could literally run through the story mode with your alt, and then you can delete them and then run through it again and get the same rewards over and over. But they had put an end to that. It was just a lot of stuff they nerfed, and I think that kind of killed the hype for the game a bit, which is what made them move up the actual global release by like a month or two, even though it was not ready, to be honest, if you want me to be real.
I can see that they probably they're not dumb. They know what they're doing. They saw it, and they knew that this game was gonna get unbalanced real fast. And they just they're like, all right, we're still gonna let it soft launch. Now look at the people that were from a soft launch. Look at the Omega server.
Oh yeah,
that's the one that's hurting the most.
Yeah, because they've been dealing with it 2 months, 2 months more than us, and they're just fed up with it. They're just fed up with it.
Mm-hmm. And I'm a strong believer of like if I try to be like, oh, I gotta be positive about this, nothing will ever really get changed. If they can keep coming out with horrible stuff, knowing that people are just gonna be positive about it, then they're just gonna keep coming out with horrible stuff.
Yeah.
If Diablo Immortal, if nobody did anything about Diablo Immortal and they kept their mouth shut, you think Diablo Immortal would be right now like trying to come up with something to change stuff around? Yeah. No, they'll just be like raking in that money. They have nothing to worry about, no pressure put up against them. They're just like, damn, we're making all this money. Everybody's just trying to be like, I'm just trying to have a positive attitude about it.
Yeah, man, and that was my biggest issue with the community as a whole and like the beginning of the game, and I didn't want to be like, that's why even though I'm kind of like, I like to say, hey, look, guys, I told you so, but at the same time, I don't want to be like a butthead about it, because a lot of people were just they were either being tricked or they were still in the honeymoon phase, and I completely understand that. So
Yeah.
you can't really be mad at people who. It's a Marvel game. It's a Marvel game, and if you got $20,000 to spend on a Marvel game, you're number one. You're having your fun. You know, you beating up suckers with your Captain Marvel that can just dodge infinitely. Like, how are you gonna sit here and think the game is trash, right? Like, if that was me, I would think that this is the greatest game of all time, in all honesty. So I completely understand. They're like, what? This game is trash? No way, man. Look at me. Just look at me one shot this guy over here. It's not trash. He can't hit me.
Damn, man. I think it's time for me to wrap up this stream.
Yeah.
I'm over here looking at the time and I'm like, oh my God, time flies.
I know, right?
Well, yeah, thanks CJ for coming in.
Thanks for having me on, brother.
Make sure you guys subscribe to King CJ's channel. He's gonna be posting Ni no Kuni soon?
Yeah, I really am. I mean, I'm definitely posting Ninu, but I'm kind of iffy on if I want to stop making Marvel Future Revolution content. Like, I really don't want to stop, because I know people love me for, you know, the tier list and like keeping up with the numbers and stuff like that. And that is something I do have fun doing. So I may at least stick to that until like further notice. But I think overall, I'm definitely going to post some new content. I just don't know if it's going to be exclusively that yet.
Just tip your toes in.
Yeah, just going to tip the toes in it. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. But I'm still going to have the tier list updates and stuff, guys. And I mean, so far, I haven't really heard anything much. And I guess Captain Marvel feels a lot better, but I'm still keeping my eyes out to see like how she actually performs.
Yeah. Oh, Godslave came back to the chat.
Jesus, this guy here.
Oh man,
it is hilarious.
He's a man of his word. He said he's gonna be. He said he'll stop by the chat and troll CJ. There he is. But all right, man.
All right, you take care, man.
All right, you too, man. Thank you guys for coming in, watching, sticking around. I'll talk to you guys later. All right, peace.